Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I hope all of y'all have had a good week. I haven't made any trophy progress, really, at least not since yesterday. But I have been working on editing the Thrillville video. It is coming along very well. In fact, it's actually, I'd say like 90% of the way done. So that's definitely a big, good thing. Might have it done by the end of the week. We'll have to see, though. Then immediately after that, I'll probably start working on, or maybe even before I'm done with that, start working on both LEGO Star Wars 2 as a video, and Astro's Playroom, of course. Okay, I bet this is copyrighted music. Okay, we're past the copyright. I have had a lot of copyright notices on this playthrough so far, I will say that, unfortunately. I'm not that surprised because, I mean, obviously there's a lot of copyrighted music, but it's still highly unfortunate when it happens. Hey, Aiden. Alright, so the first thing that... Well, that escalated quickly. That was an accident. Okay, that escalated quickly. I do kind of miss them not being able to, like, go out here and just fight out here like they used to do on the PS2 version. It's kind of unfortunate. Like, I definitely remember that was always a really fun thing to just sort of screw around with back in the old version, so it kind of sucks that they don't seem to have any characters roaming the cantina anymore. Definitely a bit of a downgrade there. But anyway, first things first, we're going to get to 2 million studs. The reason being, we've got a multiplier to buy. And once we buy our first multiplier, we will be able to rack up studs much faster, which is important. But more importantly than that, oh, there it is. Bowl of studs. Anyway, so once we get the 2 times multiplier, we will be able to get the true Jedi meter in every level far more easily. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Score times 2. Alright. Well, clearly I shot the person. I just wasn't expecting them to actually attack me. Okay, so first thing we need to do... Oh, extra toggle wasn't on? Oh, I didn't realize that was off. And then adaptive difficulty. Oh yeah, this game has adaptive difficulty. I completely forgot that that's actually a thing. Anyway. Hey, Razvin. Alright, so now that we have money, let's see. Secret Plans is 100% cleared. Through the Junlin Wastes is not yet 100% cleared. Let's go for this challenge mode. Go ahead and knock out our first challenge mode of the level. Wait, did I select the right mode? Did I just select the wrong mode? No, I didn't. Okay. I was worried there for a second that I did. Okay, no studs. Don't care about studs at all. We just care about getting our mini-kits as quickly as possible and getting, you know, further through the level. Make sure there aren't any just hidden right back here, because sometimes they like to hide them in relatively good spots, actually. Alright, kill both the Tuskens. And I guess we can't have multipliers on... Well, it actually doesn't matter because there's not even studs on this level. In this mode, I mean. In challenge mode, there are no studs, which is... Wait. I swear I thought I saw one down there. I guess it was just the icon, but I swear I just saw one down in the hole. I don't even know how that just happened. Oh, that's physics for you. Lego physics, I guess. Anyway, I didn't really have any better words for that because I wasn't actually expecting something like that to happen. But anyways, I got a few Tusken Raiders here. And let's switch over to a Force user. What does the extra toggle do? It adds more characters in that you can select, pretty much. It's the main thing for it. Which is cool and all. Alright, let's just make sure there isn't one in one of these huts. Ah, there is one. Yeah, I should have... Well, I mean, I did guess because I came up here. Make sure they didn't hide two in here. I don't think that's something they would do, but you never know. And there's also no point in me destroying stuff, because that gives you studs. And we don't... Well, we don't get studs in this game mode. That's right. So, yeah, extra toggle, though, just gives you extra characters. Dang. It actually lets you transition to that without any sort of, like, load screen. That's kind of cool, I guess. I wasn't expecting that. Vader, we're going to be playing as you here because there might be something behind the Dark Force. If I could actually survive long enough to not be killed. Yeah, like I said, some of the Super Story stuff could end up being tricky. Really? I don't remember him being quite that annoying. Why don't you go after Luke for once? He's younger and healthier. And all of that was for nothing because there's nothing in here, so we are going to backtrack a bit because we have that ability to do so now on this version. So we're absolutely going to take advantage of stuff like that when we can. I wouldn't be surprised if they hid one, like, behind here. Ah, but they didn't. Alright, then. We didn't have to use the Force on stuff in this level. It would be a lot better to be using a blaster character, just to deal with the Tusken Raiders a little more easily. Alright, let's force that over, and we're good. And we just do a stylish little bat flip on in. Is there one right behind us here? Surprisingly, no. There's not one up there either. There's one, though. I'm sure there's going to be at least one out in that sort of, like, water area at the very end. I mean, not really water, but whatever you want to call it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection. Maybe I will at some point. I don't know, I got more than enough other games to focus on right now. Got this, then the PS4 version of it. Which, I mean, I won't be streaming that one, but still be doing it. We'll have that, and then, of course, we've got Sly 3 with 2 versions. I'm still not even done with Sly 1's PS4 version yet. Alright, that's 4 down. There's 1. Not surprised they put 1 there. Let's see if they hit any more right around here. Hey, Cassie? Any more in here? Nope, they did not hide any in there. And then, over here, I wouldn't be surprised if they hid one on that ledge over to the side over there, but first... Oh, he can't... Okay, I don't know if that's the exact way I was supposed to do that, but I'm not going to complain. Did they hide one up there? They did not, actually. Huh, interesting. So far, the ones on this level haven't been horribly well hidden, so that's kind of a nice change. There's probably another one up top, and let me make sure there's not, like, one behind the wheels here. Nah, there's not. I mean, those aren't even wheels, those are, like, tire treads. I really don't even need to do all this, though, because I can, just switch characters. Alright, pull that down. Pull that up. Yeah, I don't know if I'm actually going about this in the most efficient way, but there's nothing in there, at least. And those are shiny silver, so I don't think there's anything over there. We'll make sure there isn't one hidden in here, in this tube. Okay, there is not. I didn't think there would be, but wanted to make sure. Make sure there's not one hidden over here either. I don't think there is, though. Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright, let's keep moving. We only got 6.5 minutes left, so let's keep going. Shredder's Revenge, Exploit. I don't know anything about that because I've never played it. Let's see. So, let's build up this little C3PO panel. Not much done right now. Bad, headache last night. Oh, that's never fun. I had to be up super early today, so I don't know if I'll stream super late or not. That's a Dark Force thing, but I don't think that there's anything underneath. Yeah, it doesn't look like there is. Oh, well. I was looking away for a second. Just go and get all these. Come on, stop trying to choke the Jawas. Okay, what's in here? I bet there's one in one of these. Is there not? Okay. You know what? That's a good thing. That helps. Keep moving. Alright, then I'm gonna assume that there's probably one over here. If I could not throw a bomb into the wrong place. There we go. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they hide a bunch of them toward the end of the level. Like, there's one right there. And I guess you can't go through those as a Gaunt droid, which would be kind of funny if you could, but it's not going to let us quite do that, I guess. Make sure there isn't one over here either. Nope, we're good on that front. Alright, we got almost 5 minutes left, so I think we're going to be okay. There's only 3 more. And then there's not one in any of those. There's not one behind there. Okay, at least it's still... Oh, crap. Yep. That's going to be a slight bit of a nuisance, but not really that big a deal. Is there one in either of these? There is not one in there. What about over here? There is not, so... we can just go ahead and force these open. Hey, Robbie. Still on the burnout grind, 19 wins left. Well, trophy kind of annoying, can't do the same event over and over again. Oh, that sucks. Certainly make things easier if you could. Vengeance of Despair, Easter egg sold this week. Oh, nice! Very nice. Isn't that the one that's like 4 hours long? Barely exaggerating on that. Isn't that one literally like 4 hours long? Oh, crap. So, where are the last 3? It's possible I might fail this the first time just because I honestly don't know where the other ones are. Let me get rid of that just in case. I don't think it's over there. Okay, then. And it is not there. That just takes you up. Okay. Is it up here? Yes, there's one. So actually, I'm going to go back a few seconds here. Back to right when we started in this area. Because thankfully we have rewind, and that is hopefully going to save an important chunk of time in this game. Like, this wouldn't be, like, difficult if you knew exactly where everything was. It took an hour and a half to do it solo? Really? It's actually not that long? Huh. Well, I guess that's kind of good to know if they ever made it more easily boostable, like the blackout stuff. If it was ever boostable with 2 people, that makes me a little more confident on, because I could have sworn people told me that a couple of those Easter eggs are like 3 or 4 hours long or something ridiculous like that for some reason. Trying to get more people together for the bike trophy that needs 8 players. At least it's not the 16-player trophy in certain games out there that I've done, and certain games that I haven't done. At least it's not the 16-player trophy in like Far Cry 2 or Homefront or... there's a couple other games as well that are like that. Have those insanely time-consuming, or just insane numbers of people needed in games for no good reason. Alright, I think we've got enough time, as long as I don't really, like, screw around too much. And have stuff like that happen. I don't remember there being this many Tusken Raiders. Is it because I, like, went through the level so fast? That actually could be a possibility. Something I didn't even really think about being a possibility. Alright, shut that down. Blood of the Dead took the longest for you solo, almost 3 hours. Oh, wait, maybe that is the one I was thinking of. That might actually be the one I was thinking of then. Oh, there's one up there. No, wait, I can't tell. Okay, both those are good. No, there's not one up there. So there's 2 more down here at the end. Maybe it was Blood of the Dead then, that's the insanely long one. Hey, Drez got online done. Started your first playthrough on Metro. Exodus! Oh, nice. How is Exodus? 'Cause that's... I haven't had the chance to play it. Been lazy about it. Are there seriously not any mini-kits out here? Then where the heck could I have missed one? There's probably one over to the right. I don't know where I could have missed... There's one up on top there. Please tell me they were just lazy and put both of them in the same spots. There's one up there, so we know where that one is. Looking at your completion times for every Black Ops 4 voyage was second fastest. At an hour and a half, and that being second fastest means that it only gets worse from there. In terms of time. Where the heck is the last one, though? So yeah, where could they have put the last one? Well, I don't know where the last one is. I don't feel like I missed anything. There's no way I could have missed anything, so let me make sure it's not, like, in the final door or something, because it could be in there, but... No? Oh, you know what? I wonder if it might be out there somewhere and I just sort of didn't see it. Hang on, let me run back here. Enjoying it so far, but haven't gone on the highest difficulty. Gotcha, gotcha. Fastest was Alpha Omega. Yeah, that one I think I remember being short. It's in the extra stud zone. Oh, I did not even think about that. I hope you're correct on that. I didn't even think about that. It is. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Razman. Thank you very much for that. You just saved me quite a bit of annoyance. It's not even the trees, is it? No, it's blowing that up, duh. I didn't even think about that. I gotta remember that. There's double score zones in this game, and they may have stuff hidden in them because they're very out of the way, so they'd fit very well for secret collectibles. 4 out of the 7 took you at least 2 hours. Yeah, that's more like what I would expect from that game. So yeah, maybe it was Blood that's the insanely time-consuming one. Because, yeah, I know that people had told me that certain ones were insanely time-consuming for, like, no legitimately good reason. I gotta ask, though, like, with this level, why wouldn't they have hidden any, like, out there? There's so much open space up there, and it's so unused. Like, yeah, there's studs out there, but that's really about it. Like, aside from the studs, are you really getting anything going out there? There's one mini-kit there normally, and maybe the red brick was out there, but I don't think it was. You know what? I don't know. I really don't know. But hey, we got it. Level complete. New droid for us to use, and that's done. Awesome. Alright. That's 3 out of the game's 18 levels, 100% cleared. Not counting Super Story stuff, which we still got to do some of that, so that's always fun. Actually, we got to do all of that, which is also fun. So it does disable these when you go into challenge mode. Alright then. That doesn't surprise me, I guess. Okay, I'm not going to bother with story mode stud stuff right now. I'm going to do a lot of that probably on my own, just because we've already seen it, and there's really no point of wasting further time on it. So that's probably something I'm going to do off-stream, except for, like, the very last one. Just because that seems like a massive waste of time to re-show every story level. Okay, so we're on to Mos Eisley. And now we get 2 times the studs. Got the Easter egg done in Cold War. Ooh, nice. Oh, those time trials aren't bad, so again through them. That's solid. Yeah, glad you got that done. Hopefully you found... Or did you end up doing it solo, or did you end up finding a group to play it with? Been on your radar for over 3 years, since 2033. Yeah, I mean, I loved 2033. That game was a lot of fun. So can Vader Vader can activate these panels, yeah. Ooh, is this another... It's a hot tub, and it is not a double score zone. Usually these are double score zones. Huh, surprising. There are showers here, though. These are cleaner than any public shower I've seen. But yeah, Exodus is one I definitely still need to do at some point, because I did, you know, 2033 and Last Light, the remasters of them. Never did the original for Last Light, because apparently it's a lot harder and, like, buggy, which is a big problem, obviously. We don't like buggy stuff. Alright, let's grab them studs. Now, I do believe the stud totals that you need are different if you are playing in free play, or that might only be in the original LEGO Star Wars, but I think they're different. I guess we're playing as Greedo here. Boss races are stupid. The boss race would be just another 1 car. It's a normal race with like 6 other cars. Just, I guess, more like a challenge more than anything. Challenge type of race. Got on your friends list that you did Party Patrol that got it done with you or for you. Nice, nice. All that matters is you got it done. And again, I had relatively good luck with that Easter egg, surprisingly. A lot better luck than I was expecting for it, to be fair. Love 23 years to get around to Last Light, then another 1.5 years for Exodus. Yeah, 2033 was probably my favorite of them. I still liked Last Light, just not quite as much. And, I mean, like I said, I still need to play Exodus. I will get around to it someday. And then there's also the VR one, isn't there? Like, there's a VR one now. I can destroy these. Alright, Master Kratos, been working towards rank 50 in Battlefront 2 over the weekends. No telling when the servers will go off. I think you got a fair bit of time on that, given that Battlefront 1 servers are still up. I don't think you're going to have to worry too much there, in all honesty. I don't think you're going to have to worry too much there. There's a bounty hunter door over there, so we're going to head up to that next. Ooh, I don't know if I have to do anything with all these bricks or not, but just in case the game decides to make them be important for some reason. 33 is easy, right? Just campaign stuff. Yeah, campaign stuff at least is easy enough in that game and pretty fun. And yeah, 2033 is pretty easy. Last Light's a little bit harder, but not... I wouldn't say it's that much harder. Alright, we got a bounty hunter door. On Dagobah with Yoda, you can use R2-D2 to get in Yoda's house. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Seems like the kind of place where they might hide something. I know exactly what's right here. I know exactly what this is. This is how we get a mini kit that has not shown up just yet. In fact, it will not show up for just a few moments here. Once we do a little bit more stuff. Down to 222 pounds. Nice. On both of them. Finally made some actual progress. Took so long. My sure games are really good. Yeah, they're fun games. Well, let's get rid of him. The invincibility brick, when we eventually get it, will be quite nice. But at this point, we're going to start making money, like, a lot faster. Which is good, so... these guys are being a bit annoying there, but that's fine. Force that up. Take those 4,000 studs. And keep destroying all the shiny silver, because I wouldn't be surprised if any of these have something hidden in them. That's just studs. Not anything like hidden up in there or something like you might have guessed. Oh, I got all the random civilians getting involved in the fight today. Guess they all have a death wish. 7.5% body fat. We got another non-VR Metro game. Yeah, I hope so too. I would love to see more to it. There's a lot within that franchise. Like, there's a lot of lore to that franchise and, like, supplementary material. They could easily make a lot more games out of it if they really wanted to. Alright, so that gets us the mini-kit, and it looks like we can also force the carrots. Now, that is the most fake-looking thing I've ever seen right there. I can't remember how to get into it, though. Because I'm almost positive that's something I'm going to be able to interact with. I think that's where the... Yeah, isn't that where the red brick is on this level? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that might be where the red brick actually is on this level. Ooh, there's something up there, though. That's a Dark Force panel. Choke him. Let's interact with everything, because I really don't want to miss anything. Now, that's actually kind of cool. So, like, if you're playing as a evil character, the, like, normal people don't attack you. But if you're playing as a good character, the stormtroopers attack you. That's actually kind of interesting. Exodus is definitely the hardest one. It's the longest, the only one that requires hardest difficulty. Can't you exploit the hardest difficulty, though? I mean, I know that's a dumb question because I know that you wouldn't do that, but I think there's an exploit to it. Like, there is... I think that Last Light might have also had something like that. Actually, no, I don't think it... Maybe it didn't. Or maybe... No, you didn't have to play whatever the hardest official difficulty was. Something like that. Ooh. Let me get those studs first, because I need them very badly. Yeah, the stud amount is definitely higher in free play than it is in story. I can basically say that for sure right here, because we're getting a lot more studs, and I'm still nowhere near being done. So definitely a higher requirement in free play. I'm totally fine with that, it's just interesting to see. I didn't know if that was actually going to be a thing. And then... if I go up there, that's just studs, but I might actually need them. Like I said, it looks like in free play it's definitely a higher number. Either that, or maybe just somehow the multiplier being around messes with the game, who knows. Let's go ahead and move the path. Strategically falling. Yeah, that was strategic falling right there. I looked into it, oh yeah. Like, after Hot Wheels and Burnout are done, have Ukulele. Ooh, I remember that game, like, barely. I remember it existing, and that really being about it. Okay, yeah, I know 100% that there is something behind that. I just don't remember how to get it. And I feel like I remember it being the red brick for this level. Oh, does it not? Oh, it doesn't tell me. Oh, wait, yeah, it does. It shows it somewhere else in this game. That's right. This game's a little bit different. Yeah, I got no idea how to get in there, but I'm almost 100% sure that that is the item. Oh, dispersion, yes, Brexis. Okay, gotcha. This bad ending first on Cold War. I mean, they don't matter too much between them. Okay, I really don't know what the purpose of that door really is. Because you can get up to this next area with, like, no difference or no real extra difficulty. I don't know what that's for. I might bring the snow speeder or the ATST back into there, though. And, well, no, you can't bring the ATST back in. But I'm gonna bring the snow speeder back. Snow speeder. It's not a freaking snow speeder. It's a sand speeder, whatever you want to call it. It deals with sand. Even though the sand gets everywhere. There we go. Man, I do not remember him being this, like, combative either on my, at least original run of this level. I'm not against it. It's funny, actually. I mean, it makes sense. This is a hive of scum and villainy, isn't it? I guess it makes entire sense. It's just wasn't really expecting it. Only hardest difficulty cheese save scum to zombie. And that's completely fair, because that is about the worst... Well, it's not the worst game ever, of course, but it's pretty terrible. Not one that I would have any real interest in doing. What you like about Cold War is you don't need to do the alternate mission to get the veteran trophy. Oh yeah, that's true. Like I think you can skip parts of it or something. Or wait, is it like... So is it just you only have to get one of the two endings? And that's good enough? Or just one of the two missions, I mean, but yeah. And if it's that way, then definitely... Well, I don't know which one I'd say is easier. I didn't feel like either of them were all that bad, because they're both fairly short. Probably I'd say that the bad ending was a little bit easier. In some ways. When you went for the good ending on Veteran, it was much harder. Okay, yeah, because, like, the bad ending is short, and there's not... And you have, like, a lot of allies and stuff, whereas with the other one, you have to fight through, like, juggernauts, and you have a timed section and everything. Yeah, I can see that. Some other missions they're optional do. Yeah, it might be like that Operation Red Circus and Operation, like, Chaos, or whatever they're called. Okay, so we can build that up now. Let's force this out of the ground. I already made you do 5 playthroughs by then. It's one of the worst games you've ever played. Oh yeah, I don't blame you. That's not one that I ever had any real interest in doing. I remember when it was like free or something on PS Plus, and I guess that's probably why it was. It wasn't exactly the highest of quality. Also, can't do anything with that. Get rid of these couple of shiny silver objects. They're still here. Nothing there. That would have seemed like a place where they could have hidden something, but it doesn't look like they did. We just got to get the speeder wherever it is. Two difficulty you achieved were the Old Blood and the New Order for Wolfenstein. Lose your save on the last level of New Colossus? I don't remember that ever being a thing. Maybe it was. But yeah, I did save scum both of those games. And I've done it with a handful of other games out there, where it's sometimes available. Sort of depends on what the game is, though. I mean, like, also one of those would be the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. But, to be honest, that's kind of reasonable because everyone knows that the brutal mode in that game is not even remotely close to fair. Because it was made by a completely different company, and they didn't test it or anything, and had no idea what they were doing. And it ended up just being, like, near impossible. Oh, come on. These guys are going to be annoying. Oh, wow. Okay, so I guess they're just going to respawn infinitely for as long as I am trying to use this. That's fine. We will retreat real quick and use it, and I will go back and get the speeder because I forgot it's actually in the first area. I've already gotten the one that's up there. Run over there and get those studs while they're in double score. Awesome. This is good, though. We're going to get up to those other stud amounts a whole lot faster. Alright, so I'll bring the speeder back to here in a second. Let me double check all of these areas. True Jedi. Very nice. Hard difficulty are usually your favorite achievements in games. I think everyone cheesed the Old Blood Zuber. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if everyone did, but definitely a lot of people. Alright, so we're going to head back in here with the speeder now. What does this even do? I mean, I know it explodes, but still. Alright, let's go get that speeder, and I still got to figure out... I know that the red brick is, like, here, and it has to do with this. But I legitimately don't remember how to do it. It's probably something, like, really, really obvious. But I know that there's something there. I mean, you can kind of tell by just looking. Alright, so we take this. Obviously, there's that brick right there, but that's not the one we care about. If there isn't anything there, I'd be You know what? I want to double check this real quick. And make sure that I'm not missing something obvious here. Because I'm almost 100% sure... I'm almost 100% sure that there's one hidden right there. Even if it's just a mini kit or something. Okay, IGN, that was one of the most useless things I've ever read. What does GameFAQs have to say about it? Some garbage cans on the left side, near a ramp that you can use the force on. Instead of destroying the cans, use the force on them. Oh, okay. That's kind of evil, actually. That is evil. That is... I don't know about that one. That's a little bit evil. Yeah, this game actually has some pretty dickish collectibles in it compared to some of them. Yeah, this game definitely has some of the more dickish collectibles that I've seen in this series, for how few there are. Well, alright then. Yeah, that's... I have no idea how we figured some of this stuff out when we were younger. Because like I've said before, like, there was a group of us that all bought the game back in, like, middle school. And we just never, or, like, we would share whatever we knew about the game, because back then there was no YouTube. There were no, like, Power Picks type guides or anything like that, so... That is some very well hidden collectible. Well, you know what? We are going to come back for that. Because I legitimately think I can actually get that one in story mode. I actually think, yeah, I can get that one in story mode. Because I don't think it requires anything special. I think it just requires using the Force. If anyone's wondering, I already did the one up there where you shoot the little womp rats. That's done. Yeah, I think you might be able to do that one in story mode. Which is only slightly insulting, even though it's really not. Alright, we got more than enough studs, but obviously we just need to keep collecting here because we're going to need a lot more of them. Come on now. There we go. And now he's going to get back in the other one. Just constantly getting in and out. Let's see, Skate 4 Beta has microtransactions in it. Gotta do the German version someday. Should test that difficulty first. Yeah. The Jeep part wasn't even the worst part for me. In fact, the first game was probably the easiest of the three, just because it's so short and you can skip half of it. Hi, Game Pro. Hey, T-Jade. It's being made. It's free to play. Prince of Persia coming to Extra this month. I don't know. I mean, wasn't a series I was ever into. Greedo. I mean, seriously, this is getting a little bit, a little aggressive here, don't you think, game? Can I seriously not, like, blow either of these up, though? For some reason I was thinking you could. Guess not. Apparently not. Make sure I didn't miss anything back through here. I don't think I did, but let me just double check everything. Yeah, I think we're good. Greedo. Throw that. The extra's kind of mid. Well, I have to get all... Well, I guess I technically don't have to get all of them for the Platinum. But I'm still 100%ing the game, mostly because I never did when I was younger. And it doesn't really require that much extra this time around. It's not like some of the games where it's like a big difference or something like that. Now, the 100% is very similar to the Platinum, just a little bit more involved. Because you don't actually have to get all the red bricks this time around, which is surprising. Okay, that is definitely a secret in there. Yep, let's grab that first. Easy enough, that's 7. We're now going to be Ewoks begging for the help of... They're not here. Okay, then. Never mind. We will not be begging for any help, then. I'm pretty sure that there is something in here as well. Maybe it's not that, but I'm pretty sure there is something in here. I'm going to try flipping a few of the lights here just to see what happens. I don't think you can start like a dance party or anything in here, though. I don't think it's one of those times you can do that. Don't think most people, unless it's hardcore fans, would buy Skate 4 EA, went free-to-play route. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's all cosmetic stuff, but at the same time, you never know these days. I feel like setting the mood lighting would apparently not do anything. Huh. So there actually isn't anything else in here. I mean, I'm at 8, so that's not really that surprising. I know that one of them is in the theater at the very end. Why is that one like a different color compared to all the other ones? Yeah, one of them's in that theater at the end. I know that. And I think I know where the other one is. So I think we're going to be fine. But that power brick, that is, or red brick, whatever you want to call it, like I said, that one is in a really dickish location, which you guys are going to see at some point. Like, that is evil. Then there's the Imperial Spy dude. And then we can't go that way. That's totally fine. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. We can't actually kill him, unfortunately. Also, before bed, you've been playing this game called Lightyear Frontier. It's on PlayStation. It's a farming sim game. Oh, okay. I mean, sometimes that kind of game can be relaxing. There's a reason why people love, like, Animal Crossing and enjoy stuff like Harvest Moon. That's definitely going to have a collectible in it. Return of the Jedi on Super Story right now. Going to take you a few tries. Yeah, that's definitely the hardest one. And like I've talked about before, that's the only one I never beat when I was younger, though it wasn't really my fault. Again, it was my... Not saying I would have been able to beat it, but when this doesn't work, it's going to cause a bit of a problem. Alright, so that's the second of those, so that's definitely one of the mini-kits. It's gotta be. Alright, Gorin, did I get any trophies yet tonight? I got the 2 million studs at once trophy to get the 2 times multiplier unlocked, and that's it. Barely ever play farming type games, but Snam recommended it. It has 2K gamer score for 20 hours. That's not bad then. I mean, I don't mind relaxing games like that. I've still got Power Wash Simulator still installed on the PS5 version, even though I've got the trophies done in it. I might still end up playing some more of that at some point. I mean, I am still playing some more of that because there are quite a few other, like, DLC-type levels that I never finished with it. That's 9. And the last one should be from the turnips. And there's the Imperial Spy. Maybe the... Then what is in the theater, I wonder? Or... There's no way they would have... Could they have potentially changed it? You know, I didn't even think about that. They could have, if they really wanted to, they could have potentially changed a couple of things on this version, so... Gotta find that last turnip, wherever it is. Pretty sure I can blow these up, right? Yeah, that's easier. Dark Forest Flowers if I wanted to deal with that, but there's no real purpose to that. We're doing good enough on studs on this level as is. Playing the Outer Worlds right now, literally Fallout in space. I hope you're enjoying it. I have been so horribly lazy about ever going back to it. There it is. Yep, there's the 10th canister, so what the heck is in the theater? I don't know, maybe they moved stuff around this time. Because the guide I was looking at said that to get the red brick on this mission, you have to go in that starting area, and instead of destroying all the garbage cans... Oh, that was only 8. Okay then, so I probably didn't. Then they probably didn't change anything around, and I'm just not smart. Or lack reading comprehension, that's actually the more likely of the two. The Outer Worlds is one I still need to finish someday. I'll get back to it eventually, when I have time to just sit down and play. Not working on other stuff. Because it's not something I would make a video out of, just because I don't know if it would do all that well. And because I already got so many trophies in it so long ago. Yep, this is a nice little double score zone. And it's a movie theater. I wonder what picture it is. You can see the mini kit behind that, of course. And we actually get some extremely poor resolution video footage from, I guess, the first LEGO Star Wars game. Interesting. Hope it looked better on the PSP screen or on the PS2. I mean, I know this is on the PS2, but I don't know how it's aged compared to that. Anyway. Check out the Armored Core games. Did you have online friends that are huge fans of the franchise? Lizard Guy was a big fan of 6. And then we're getting, like, 3 more of them on PS Plus this month. Which is a bit of a random choice, but not against it. And it seems like a better choice than some of the months. Alright, so that is everything except for the red brick, because it's in a really dumb place. That we're going to have to come back for, but I think I can get it in story, which I have to replay the story on this one anyway. Sure there's nothing hidden in there. Nope, we're good. Alright, off to the end of the level. Hate how some of the missions on Cold War make you play as Mason, not being allowed to use the perks you choose. It doesn't make too much of a difference, I felt like. You can tell someone go for the achievements on this, the hardest one. Okay, so the good thing is that thankfully the achievement list is actually different from the trophy list. Oh, it didn't make me do the final battle. I skipped it. Interesting. Okay. Alright, we got a mini-kit done. And True Jedi for free play. And we go back to the cantina. Let's go. But yeah, all the achievements on this are pretty insane. Mostly because of that one that you mentioned. I am very happy because my dad was down last weekend, went to Costco because they have a membership there, and I got some delicious Perrier, so I upgraded my sparkling water capabilities for a short time. You know, I really just need to get one of those sparkling water makers. You know the ones. I really probably should just do that, because it would probably save money in the long run. But am I also very stubborn about that? And would it really save money? Yeah, hell, I don't know. We're gonna be the helicopter first try on Armored Core 6. I don't know how hard it is, so good luck to you. Because I played it a little bit with Lizard Guy at some point. Okay, so there is nothing in here, which means we can rewind. Rewinding is very nice to have. Always be kind, make sure to rewind. I feel really old saying that. Make sure there's nothing hidden in here. Try to save Park instead of Lazar. Oh yeah, when you have to save one or the other. Alright, so yeah. This is just very dickishly placed. You have to get the parts out of these trash cans. And I actually don't know if the red brick's even going to be there. It may not be. But I do want to check and see. Ah, come on. There we go. Yeah, that is a well-hidden brick. But will it actually let me get it in free play is the question in this mode. It will not. Of course it won't. Okay, well, we are going to go back and not waste my time. Now that we know how to get it, but that we can't get it in challenge mode, unfortunately, for some reason. I don't know why you couldn't just let me get it here, because, I mean, that would save me some time in the long run. Nah, I gotta pad out the game length a little bit. Oh, well. I will get it when I replay the story mission of this anyway, so it's fine. Not a big deal. You can also choose to save neither. If you can, I don't know how to. Actually, I guess I could see how to. Maybe if you just waited too long, I could see that maybe potentially happening. Armored Core 6 easier than expected after the first chapter. Mostly play on the PC, but told them about it coming to Plus anyways. Hopefully it ends up being fun for y'all that choose to play them. Like I said, I'm not... I mean, Lizard Guy and I have played a couple of them together, mainly 6. Sort of like how we played, like, Earth Defense Force. I actually don't know if this was even required. Ow. Yeah, you might be able to just, like, save neither if you're just, like, really terrible and, like, just wait. Although I wonder, if you could, I wonder how that would actually affect the next level after that, because I think the level after that's the brainwashing mind trip level. Okay, so there's one up there. We'll grab it in a second. I bet there's one in the car wash area, so we'll grab it in a second as well. Nothing in there. And make sure there's not anything right back here. There is not. Okay, let's keep moving forward. And there's no, like, other characters out here this time, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they were only out here for free play. Not necessarily against it, just kind of a weird little choice. Love that brainwashing level, so well done. It is one of the strangest levels in the franchise. For sure. I mean, I don't think anything will ever top... You know which mission I'm probably thinking of. The one that I just recently played. We all know that that one's probably going to be very difficult to ever top. Imagine yourself in the frozen forest. Imagine yourself in a frozen forest. Imagine yourself in a frozen forest. And then, I mentioned this also previously, it's like, the ending of Black Ops 6, like the final mission of Black Ops 6, is just so insane. Like, it's not quite Black Ops 3 level, but it is up there. It is up there pretty far. Actually, the mission, like, halfway through the game where you start randomly fighting all the zombies enemies is equally as weird. Almost forgot about that one. Yeah, Black Ops 6 has some really, really weird missions. Okay, so first things first, retreat back to here. There's one up on top of this ledge, and I gotta make sure there's not one back here somewhere. I feel like there could be, but there might not be. Nope. Not one in there, because I can see into it. And nothing in there. Make sure there's not, like, one hidden behind this wall or something. Huh. The heck are the rest of them? Not in the car wash, is it? Nah. Yeah, the car wash. That's a pretty solid place to hide one of those mini kits, or at least in the main version of it. But yeah, Black Ops 3 I was talking about with the just outright insane mission at the very end, and Black Ops 6 tried to replicate it. Also, I still only have 3, and we're like halfway through the mission. There's not one right there that I could see. I feel like I might actually miss one on this level, because this one's kind of got a lot of places to hide one. Okay, that's 4. That's 4. Come on, grab it. There we go. Okay, so that's 4. I don't remember him sending out probe droids either. It's not a PSP exclusive thing, is it? I'm assuming not. Alright, that's 4. That they ran out of ideas. That very well could have been the issue. Well, they shouldn't have, though, because that game had a 4-year development cycle, didn't it? It was the first one to have that long of a development cycle, probably since, like, the original Call of Duty. And something like that was the best they could come up with. Okay, so can I go through here now? I cannot, for some reason. Oh, I guess I didn't destroy something I was supposed to. My bad. Well, that's not good. I have made a lot of mistakes on this level. Yeah, I've made a lot of mistakes on this level, so I don't know if I'm going to get it. I've only found 4 so far. I feel like I'm way behind. The one chilling with the band, nope. The one chilling in there, nope. There's one. Guess that's 5. Yeah, where are the other 5? Here's some zombies. Why? Who knows? Yeah, it's pretty much what they did with certain parts of that game story for no reason. Again, it's not like it was a bad campaign by any means. It wasn't. It was just went to some weird places at times for seemingly no good reason. Okay, so we're gonna open this up just so I can skip the puzzle here if possible. I do also... Oh, there was one. Fell right into it. Oh, that actually already opened up the gate. That's 6. How the heck did I miss so many? Unless I didn't miss any and they're all in the final area, which would be really weird. Nah? Nothing up here. Huh. And we're gonna go into that back area here in a second. I saw something blue right there. No, that's part of the mechanism. That's not it. Having zombies in campaigns for no reason. Yeah, I mean, it was... I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they were drunk. Maybe they were high. Maybe they were bored. Or maybe it was a dare. Honestly, like, will that even surprise anyone at this point? That's 7. See, they just stuck them all, like, right at the end here, because they just didn't know a better place to put them. Well, we got 7. I don't know why you still have to watch that cutscene. There's not one over there. I'm sure there's going to be one in the theater, and there's one on top of the manure over there, so that's going to be 8. Okay, so that's 8. We'll check the theater here in a second. There's not one up there. Could also be one back here. There's not one back there. Okay then, never mind. What about back here? Nope. And on the staircase, nope. Alright, so... I'm sure there's one in the final area. I don't see how there wouldn't be. Let's just make sure there's not one in the theater first. There is! Called it. Alright, so I bet the last one is in the very last area. Huh. So they just really backloaded the ones on this level. We got a little bit of time left, so... Come on, game. Running way short here. Game, if you want to actually let me do something here, thank you. Alright. Yeah, we got 30 seconds left, so let's hurry. If the last one isn't here, there it is. Yep, there it is. Oh, but can I get to it in time? I can. Ooh, we cut this one a little bit close. But hey, we got it. I'll take it. Not too bad. Wasn't there zombies in Modern Warfare 2 2022? There very well may have been, and I just blocked that game out of my memory. There very well may have been. Very easily could have been. You went to a cave or... Yeah, there very well could have been, honestly. I legitimately have no idea, but nothing would surprise me at this point. I don't think you'll even go for Black Ops 3 Plat. Here's the interesting thing about realistic combat immersion. You can actually cheese it. Alright, so we're going to come back to this level later for the rest of that stuff. I don't feel like bothering with that right now. We actually don't technically need the red brick to get the platinum. But, like I said, I'm still going to 100% the game, so maybe I save that one, like, for much later on. I don't want to do that again right now. Instead, I'd rather go ahead and rescue the princess. Rescuing a princess means good things happen to Luke and Han. I'm not going to say things that will possibly get me demonetized, even though I've said a trillion things that would get me demonetized. Yeah, the thing about combat immersion, though, is it actually has an exploit. I don't remember exactly how to do it, but I just remember it being a thing. But there is some kind of Oh! Right, disabled it. But there is some kind of exploit with it. I'd look into that. It's like, I think you need 2 controllers to do it. Maybe a little bit more than that, but it's not too hard to pull off. Anything we can do with that? Nope. Ah, thank God we don't have to worry about helmets in this. Or in challenge mode. Only have to worry about that stuff in the story mode. Okay, I think I already got this one. Let's just make sure. Maybe I didn't. I'd be very surprised if I missed this one, but... Or, there could be something else related. Ooh, what happens if I do this? That also counts. And apparently no one is going to be freaked out about that. I guess that this is a common workplace accident here on the Death Star. Yeah, this must be a pretty common workplace accident if no one's complaining about it to HR. It's 8. Luke is weird. Well, yeah, that's true. But, to be fair, Luke didn't know who she was at the time. Okay, so he did already get that one. Just wanted to make sure. He didn't know who she was at the time. At least not in episode 4, he wouldn't have. No way he would have... Oh, actually, no, I can use Darth Vader. No way it would have in episode 4. Episode 5, though, you would think maybe he could have been able to figure it out with his whole force sensitivity thingies. I don't know, it's Mark Hamill. He might swing that way. Who knows? Alright, that's up. And I know that there's one in here, right? Oh, maybe not. I think I already got this, didn't I? I wonder if I missed something, like, really dumb in here. Probably. Entirely possible, in all honesty. I'm usually not that bad at finding collectibles in games, even without a guide. Like, I'll never be able to 100% most, like, collectible-based games without a guide, but I'm usually not too bad at finding them. Like I said, this game has got some pretty janky... Not even janky, that's not even the right word. Like I said before, the word is dickish. This game legitimately has some pretty dickish collectibles in it. For, like, no good reason. Like, especially compared to the first LEGO Star Wars really didn't, from what I remember. Like, most of the ones in the first LEGO Star Wars were really not that bad. There were a few, and there were, like... One of the super stories was pretty bad. It was... Like, really just one major level of that game was really bad. If you played through it, you might know which one I'm talking about. Alright, so this is a whole other area that we can't normally access, so... Let's make sure we get everything here. Ooh, minikit. Right there. Oh, this level is going to be a bit annoying to explore later on. Some don't need a guide. Oh yeah, like, some games don't necessarily need them, and a lot of the collectibles in a lot of the LEGO games really don't. Admittedly, this one, again, is kind of tougher in a few places. Definitely more so than I would have expected for a few of them. So yeah, whole extra little area over here, which is really cool, actually, that you can go to where they disable the, what's it called, the tractor beam from. Does that give me a mini kit? Aha! Interesting. Very cool. Well, that's 6 down already, so that's not too bad. Still got a whole other path to walk down here in a second. I just slapped Darth Vader, but I guess he figured that he deserved it for being a villain. Okay, I have multiple questions now. Hang on just a second. Before we go through there, what was that one random stormtrooper doing on that ledge? What? One, how did he get over there because he can't double jump? And two, why was he there in the first place? Seriously. I know that's something really stupid to see in the game, but, like, now I want to know. I actually, like, really want to know what his plan was to be there. Because that doesn't seem like someone made a good decision there. Like, that seems like it would have gotten someone killed because they've been trapped there. I don't know, I'm probably thinking too much into it. It's a LEGO game. But still now, like... Well, what was he... One, how did he get out there? And two, was he just supposed to... Was he just placed out there to die someday? Was he on punishment duty or something? I don't know, I'm thinking too much into it. But sometimes thinking too much into things is fun. That's why I came up with all those idiotic challenge run ideas, and still have more that I do want to do someday, even if I don't stream them. Surprised the mouse droids aren't anything. Normally, they count for something. Okay, I think that there's an elevator we can use here. Yep, there are elevators we can use. Where... Let me make sure there's not anything else back here. There's a Stormtrooper helmet dispenser. Didn't destroy that previously. True Jedi, so that's where you can see the mini kit from. Okay, so this level definitely does not have anywhere near like as many studs as the previous one that we did. This one has a lot fewer. We're only at 100,000 at this point. We got a ways to go though. Ooh, an R2-D2 point. Hang on. Might have something else here. Can't go out that way. There's no secrets back there. Definitely using guide for Red Dead 2 collectibles. Oh, that's fair enough because that one's not quite as easy to figure out. The controls, sure, you did have at least half the collectibles. They're super easy to spot and they're everywhere. There's the red brick. And like some games really, yeah, don't really need a collectible guide, but sometimes they do. Sometimes they make the games a lot easier. Alright, so that's our red brick. So that is 7 out of 10 plus the red brick. So, very good. We should at least have episode 1, well, I call it episode 1, it's episode 4, done fairly soon. I was about to say, can we not get back into that once we disable it? It's an R2 point. I'll check both of them, but I think there's only... I think they both go to the same place. Hats! It's a hat store! Wait, is that literally all this is a hat store? Is this some kind of an Easter egg? So we can either be Indiana Jones, Earthbound Kid, Ness, Abraham Lincoln, or Abraham Lincoln. Lots of variety here at LegoStarWarsClothingShop.com. Or we can be Princess Leia with a Leia haircut on top of her already existent Leia. Okay, I feel like there should have been something else in here. That seems like a really bizarre... Like, what was the point? I don't know what the point of that was. Who the hell knows? I think it was just some kind of an Easter egg, but still. That's fine. And the mouse droids actually don't give you anything in this game like they do in a lot of the other LEGO Star Wars games, so whatever. God, I bet there's a blue mini-kit in there, and I bet this level's blue mini-kits are going to be a pain and a half. I suspect there's going to be some very annoyingly placed challenge mini-kits in here. Some games don't need guides. All have one anyway. And honestly, I mean, usually it can't hurt to have a guide in a game, even if it really doesn't need one. It can't necessarily hurt to have in case you have someone out there that maybe is just, like, really bad at exploration and stuff and just can't figure something out. I could see potential arguments or at least reasons for it. And, I mean, as long as people are willing to watch it, then really shouldn't matter. As long as people are willing to watch it, people will make the content. Alright, so we're at 8, so there's only 2 more. I'm sure there's one in the Death Star cell block, which we're not at yet. Is there anything beyond just studs from breaking these? I guess that's all we get, but why can we not break the chairs? Ooh, I will take the blue stud. Hey, Gabriel. Alright, so what's that gonna do? That's gotta be something, right? Studs. Cool. I was hoping for something a little more valuable. Like a little mini-kit. A little mini-kit action in here. Okay, that one I think I did already do. Yeah, I did that one in the past. Not even knowing it was anything. Alright, so we have a Stormtrooper point there. I'm sure there'll be a blue mini-kit in here. Well, actually, no, maybe there wasn't, because that probably had a normal mini-kit in it. Okay, so what does building that even do? Just studs. Yeah. Okay, so I think there's one in right down there. Yep. That's one we could not get previously. That elevator is how we get out of here, so we're not going to take it yet. Why are you all attacking Lord Vader? He's your commander. That seems like it'd be grounds for immediate execution. Probably by being choked to death. Which sounds like a pretty terrible way to die, if you ask me. But you do you. If that's how you prefer to die, you do you. Alright, so that's 9. So the last one is going to be probably at in the cell block. And this takes me up... Is this the hot tub party? Yeah, does this take me to the hot tub party or the shoot down TIE fighters? It's the hot tub party! Look at all these naked men in a hot tub! I just killed all the naked men in the hot tub. I'm sure someone out there was excited for that when they were younger. I don't know, I try to make a joke with that. I don't think anything will fit as well as the first time I made that joke. And it probably wasn't funny then anyway. Okay. So 2 dispense water and 1 dispenses money. Which, you know what? Free money dispenser? Can I just keep hitting them? You know, that's not a very long shower, by the way. You can't really get clean from that. And who the hell showers before getting into the pool in the first place? Getting out I can understand, potentially, but who the hell showers before going in the pool?
Speculated Kitty Games will release a LEGO game with every piece of Star Wars content.
That doesn't even... I don't get that one. So I don't know what you mean by Kitty Games releasing Star Wars content. That seems a bit odd. Or, not even odd, just like, it doesn't even sound like the same companies. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that the last one is in the hallway here, because those two are the shooty, downy, TIE fighter-y area. So instead, we're going to do that. And the question is, which one of these is it in? It's probably at the very end of the hallway. I think it's at the very end of the hallway. Because there's a couple of doors at the very end. Let me just double check everything and make sure, but I think it's the very end. There's dead skeleton that we can rebuild and allow him to haunt the souls of these Death Star people for the next couple of days before the Death Star blows up. Oh, you meant TT Games? Yeah, then... Ooh, then yeah, like that... I guess
So, speculated they would release a LEGO game with every piece of Star Wars content.
Well, I mean, I still really wish that they had given us DLC, like, actual level packs for the Skywalker Saga. Because think about it, there was so much more content they could have done. Like, yeah, they gave us character packs and all, which is cool, but... And, I mean, appreciated, especially... Well, no, were they even free? Some of them were free, I think. Some of them were paid. But at the same time, it's like... Oh. Yeah, at the same time, it's like, why not, you know, consider releasing some more content beyond that? Tractor Beam, I think that's like one of the most useless red bricks in the game. But we did get the free play meter filled, so that's okay. Because, like, again, as I've always talked about, at the very least, you should have had Rogue One and Solo get DLC packs. It could have been, you know, again, 5 missions per movie. Solo, I don't know what they would have been because I don't remember the movie that well. But with Rogue One, you could easily have, like, 2 different ground levels on Scarif. You could have a combination ground and air level on that rocky moon that they go to. You could have one on Jeddah. You could have a space battle if you really wanted. You could potentially have a level at the very beginning of it. So there were more than enough extra places they could have done levels for out of that. From Solo, from what I remember from Solo, there was a part at the very beginning, like a chase sequence or something they could have done. But beyond that, there was a chase sequence toward the beginning, and there was like a final battle toward the end, but it wasn't an insanely massive one. And there's like when he meets Chewbacca, and maybe trying to escape through the Kessel Run. Maybe they probably could have made up enough. They could have made up enough concepts for it. So yeah, we'll go back there later on. But first, let's go ahead and knock out challenge mode. Let's see if we can get this one done. You hardly know anything about Star Wars. Thank you, but our princess is in another Death Star. Really wish we could convince them to go back to it. Are we even gonna ever get another LEGO game that is actually made by Traveler's Tales at this point? I'm really starting to wonder. Because this came out in, what, 2022? Yeah, because this one came out in, like, 2022. I believe it was. Or Skywalker Saga, I mean, came out in 2022, not this game. Make sure it's not something stupid, like being hidden in here. So yeah, Skywalker Saga was, like, 2022. And make sure it's not, like, hidden in the corner here, because that's the kind of thing I would expect them to do. So yeah, we got that in, like, 2022. And, oh, yep, there's one. There's not one down there, but there is one right here. And since then, the only LEGO game we've gotten was LEGO Horizon. But that's also not a true LEGO game. It wasn't made by Traveler's Tales. Yeah, sure, it has the concept of Legos in it. But it was made by someone that isn't Traveler's Tales. And, I mean, I don't know if it was any good or not. I haven't played it. So I'm not going to pass a judgment on it as a game. But it's also... Okay, well, that's 2. But even so, it's also, you know, not exactly maybe what people would have expected. It had been under development since at least 2018. Even so, though, like, you would think that we would have gotten some hint that we were going to get another one by now of something. 2 definitely should have been, like, story packs from Dimensions. Oh, yeah. That would have been perfect fit, those 2. And then, of course, they have all the TV series that they've made now. You had The Mandalorian at the height of its popularity. The Book of Boba Fett could have been a one-off. Ahsoka could have been a one-off. The Obi-Wan... There was an Obi-Wan spinoff, wasn't there? I legitimately don't know if there was at this point. Could have had one. Okay, nothing out here, so we can go back. Obi-Wan spinoff, and then there's the Ahsoka spinoff that there is now. Like, there was a lot of room that they could have done more. Oh. How do I get to that one? Oh, that's cruel. Thank God for rewind. Like, are you legitimately screwed if you come in here and that barrel gets blown up? Oh, that is evil. Like I said, though, this game is kind of evil with some of its collectibles. Oh. Huh, okay. There was, okay, yeah. Yep, there is one up here, okay. And that at least makes this room make sense. And I'm gonna go back the other way here in a second. But yeah, this game is legitimately kind of dickish when it comes to collectibles. Like, they hide some of these in kind of insane places. And we're lucky to get what we got. Yeah, I would agree with that. Like, I mean, I love the Skywalker saga. And I feel that most people that just wanted to play, you know, a long, good Lego game were pretty happy. And just wanted to play it, you know, for the gameplay and for playing through the movies and stuff like that. I think those people were pretty happy. It seems like it was more the completionists than anything that were more annoyed by certain aspects of it. And again, like, I've talked about this before. Nothing out there. I'm pretty sure I'm about the only, like, trophy YouTuber that actually really liked the game, even with all the grind. Yeah, sure, it took time. It was a long grind, and it could get a little bit exhausting at points. Sure, I'm not going to deny that, but I mean, I had a lot of fun, like, most of the time with it. Which I can't say for a lot of games, especially games that are that long. I don't actually know if I had to necessarily move the platforms like that, but might as well, because we had to come through here anyway. I could see it, like, glitching through the wall there. The random-ass stormtroopers just standing here, waiting, I guess, for orders that... Again, I don't know, like, what's his... Is he just out there as punishment, just being left to starve to death out there? I mean, yeah, you can do that, but... He didn't hide another one up there. And then just Darth Vader comes in and offs him instantly. Alright, make sure there's not one on this side. And make sure I didn't miss anything back here before we move on. Nope, we're good. Just use Jar Jar Binks to get that. I don't think he's in this game unless you have the extra toggle stuff. Or... No, it's called, like... Is it called... I can't remember what it's called, but it's like... You could... If you had the game on the same console, the first LEGO Star Wars game on the same console as this LEGO game, you could get an extra that would allow you to get all of the characters from the PS... or from the first LEGO Star Wars. It was 100% a thing that was there because I did it, because I bought both of them on the PS2 back in the day. People who worked on the game wanted to give LEGO Star Wars game the 9 movies. Yeah, but I mean, even so, like, I guess in some ways it's kind of nice that they weren't just, like, greedy assholes and, you know, started monetizing all sorts of extra content. Because, I mean, in reality, like, you know, for 60 or 70 bucks, whatever it would have been at the time, you get a complete package. Nope, nothing over there. So yeah, for the 60 or 70 bucks or whatever, you get a complete package. And then, like, you can choose to buy a few extra character packs, but they're not, like, a pay-to-win type of scheme or anything like that, where you actually need to you know, have it to unlock stuff. It's like you can get every type of character in that game, for the most part, fairly early on just by playing the game. Okay, so there's one up there. So we know where one of them is. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them's in, like, just a random cell block at the end, so I will still check this area here, too, but I suspect it's going to be in, like, a random cell block or something. Have to have a save file from the first game. Yeah, yep. That's how you had to do it, at least with the PS2 version. I have no idea with the PSP version, if it had a rule like that, though. Because I've been getting some characters from the first game, but it's like I'm unlocking them sort of along the way. And is there anything hidden in here? Like, is this going to end up being like a really short level suddenly? It is not. Just wanted to double check up here. It looks like we're good, though. I think we're fine, though. We have plenty of time at this point, so this level's actually pretty generous on the timer. Alright, so the last one's either... Ow. It's either in the cell block, or it could be up here, but I won't know that here for another second or two. Let's just make sure that no one else can spawn in down here. And let's just make sure it's not up here. Nope, it is not. Okay, just wanted to make sure. You save on the memory card. The PSP version had bonus missions from, like... Yep! And that is because that's the version we're actually playing. It's the PSP version, which is kind of unfortunate because the PS2 version had more content with, like, the bounty hunter missions and stuff. Still a little bit sad about that. Definitely a bit unfortunate that we couldn't have gotten, I guess you could say, a complete version. Hey, okay. That level was actually really, really easy compared to some of the other ones. Super, super easy. Alright, so that level's 100% cleared. So yeah, I think that in this version you get the movie 1 characters by 100%ing the game. That's what it's starting to look like. Alright, we're at halfway pretty much on the gold bricks in the game, which is pretty awesome. We're like 2 short of halfway. Let's return to the cantina real quick here and take a quick pit stop over to the shop. So, Rescue the Princess is 100% done. Obviously, we haven't finished this one yet. This one's done. Rebel Attack's completely done. The first 2 were completely done. This one... Actually, I can probably speedrun that one even in story and get the red bricks, so I might... You know what? Let's just do that. Let's just speedrun this one real quick. This will only take like 5 minutes, even in story, so... I'm just going to speedrun this one. Even though we can't skip cutscenes, even on replay, which is kind of silly. But yeah, this game is so weird with that. It's like... It's one of, if not the only LEGO game that does this, where you have to get the stud meter filled in both story and free play. The Complete Saga might have done it, but the original LEGO Star Wars didn't, and I don't think Indiana Jones or Batman did. So, it's one of, if not maybe the only one. Alright, but first and foremost... Turn that extra score on. And let's grab some studs. Already part of the way there. So all we need is the red brick, though. Because we got all the mini kits. So we just need the red brick and the studs. Is all we need. Which with Ben Kenobi here shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I only ever played the PS2 version. Couldn't beat the first level of Episode 5 or 6 when you were a kid. Yeah, Episode 5's first level... Yeah, that's the one... Like, that's a vehicle-heavy mission. That one's got It's got a good... That one's weird because it's the tow cable mission. Which, again, I still say is one of the few things I can definitely complain about with this game. Alright, we're already up to 20%. That's good. But the main focus here is to make sure that we get this. This is the only major concern, is to make sure that we get our red brick. By far the most important aspect of this whole thing. These are not the droids you're looking for. Thankfully, we have R2 with us, so we can get this in story. Awesome! I have no idea what brick that is, but... So this is the PSP version. Unfortunately, it is. Yeah, for some reason, they ported the PSP version. And they've done the same thing with a lot of other games. They did the same thing with both Thrillvilles. Well, I know they did for Thrillville, the original Thrillville. I don't know if Off the Rails had a PSP version, but I think it did, and I think it is the PSP version that got ported. And, like, I have no idea why. Like, why wouldn't you have ported the better versions? Because, like, the PS2 version of this is definitely the better version of it. And the PS2 version of Thrillville is vastly superior to the PSP version. It's not even close. It's like the PSP version... Those are missing, like, a fair bit of content, if I remember correctly on that. Well, it's not necessarily they're missing a fair bit of content. It's just that they're missing, like, all the dialogue is not voiced in the PSP version. Which is really, really unfortunate, because there's some fantastically terrible dialogue. Which, I mean, I'm editing that video now, and still get a good laugh out of some of the ridiculous dialogue. Like, you can just go up to a random girl and say, "Your hair is so shiny and healthy," and not get just immediately punched in the face. Some of them actually like being told that. And I'm not even joking, that's literally one of the compliments you can tell people. It's hilarious. It's hilariously bad, but it's hilarious. PC version's the best. Never played the PC version of really anything. Yeah, some of the comments you could say in that game were just amazingly just weird in the best possible way. And some were legitimately creepy. No Star Wars games don't have dialogue. No, I'm talking about the Thrillville game had that dialogue. It's creepy. I mean, that's what I would think. That's what I would think that most people would react with, is a slap in the face, or calling the cops and then shaming you on social media. And in that particular case, I might be able to understand it, because, I mean, that's a legitimately really fucking weird thing to say. Or, I wish my teeth sparkled like yours. And I mean, yeah, there's some normal flirts in it, like... what do you think of the park? Or, you have a nice smile, or I like your shoes, or stuff like that. Things that are, you know, normal things to say. And then, obviously, very corny, flirty lines like, "Do you know CPR because you take my breath away," type of thing? Sure, whatever, you know, it's a classically dumb line. But it's cheesy, but it's a classic. At least it's not offensive. The game, in terms of the dialogue part, is not aged well. After 20 years, almost. It is definitely not aged well in that part. As funny as it is to make fun of now, it is not aged well. Thrillville has that? Oh, yeah. Those are some of the flirts, you can say. Those are some of the very weird ones. There's other very weird ones as well. Oh, there's some that surprisingly aren't as bad as I thought they would be, like the milk one. There's one about milk, and it didn't go the direction I thought it would, which is probably a good thing. Because I thought for sure it was about to take a very inappropriate turn. It was something just stupid and relatively harmless. Yeah, they made some decisions with some of that dialogue, I will say. Trying to think of some of the other hilariously bad ones. Again, like, yeah, some of them are just, like, legitimate, just cheesy lines, like, I'm here, what are your other 2 wishes? It's a genie-based joke, and I've seen that one still in the modern day, so stuff like that's completely normal. Non-offensive, just potentially stupid. Or just, like, telling them how you are gonna beat them at an arcade game or something. Honestly, I see no problem with that. I see no problem with saying that. I want someone that's competitive. I'm a very competitive person, so I got no problem if a partner's competitive. Yeah, it's just there's some weird-ass dialogue in that game. And you can say some really weird shit to children, too, in that game, which is just... Again, it is not aged well. Maybe that's why we never got another one. And why they went on to do Planet Coaster instead of Thrillville, so you couldn't talk to guests anymore. You can sound like a serial killer or something. Legit, some of that stuff honestly does sound the way I feel like a serial killer would. Alright, so here, we still need more studs, so I am going to... Okay, that's... Oh, crap, I didn't mean to blow that up yet. Oh, well. I missed out on that one, but that's okay. Yeah, that game has some really weird dialogue. It's hilariously bad by the modern day, but it was hilarious back in the day. And it's even funnier when, like, you first start talking to someone, even if she's there with her boyfriend, and the first option you pick is kiss. It usually doesn't work first try, but occasionally it does. And, like, you just break people up right in front of their significant others, and it's hilarious. Talking to Giz was never a thing in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Oh, yeah, I mean, well, Thrillville was never meant to be exactly like Roller Coaster Tycoon. It was meant to be... have more of a focus on things like socializing and playing games than something like Roller Coaster Tycoon. But then you got Planet Coaster afterward, which is... It was made by the same people that made Thrillville. Alright, we got True Jedi, good. So now we just gotta finish out the level. Man, this level actually had a pretty high stud requirement regardless. That was a reasonably high requirement regardless. Yeah, you can flirt with girls right in front of their boyfriends, which is hilarious. And you can break up the happy couples and get with the girl instead. Which, I mean, to be fair, that's not entirely unrealistic or anything like that. It's just funny that they let you do it. And so uncivilized. Yeah, it's... I mean, it's a classic. I love the game. I don't care what anyone says. I still love the game. Especially that old PS2 version, because I grew up playing the crap out of that game. Me and Lizard Guy played it a ton as kids. Yeah, in certain ways it has not aged the best. Do 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 do. Who shot first in that sequence? I honestly wasn't really looking well enough to tell. Again, this is way more brutal than it is in the movie. In the movie, he just cuts off the dude's hand. In the game, he straight up murders him. I mean, it was self-defense, so it's totally justified, but still. Kind of hilarious. Talking about Obi-Wan driving an ATSD. Okay, fair enough. Well, they were both uncivilized, so we'll compromise on that. Everything was uncivilized. Which one is worse dialogue-wise? In all honesty, I can't really give a good answer on that because I did play the second Thrillville game when I was younger. I had it for the Wii. But I never got anywhere close to beating it when I was a kid. I don't know, I didn't like it as much or just grew out of it or didn't have enough time to play it or something. So I honestly don't really know because, like, when I most recently played through it, it was a stream series just to play it when both the games came out, and they did really well at streams. And if Off the Rails does get a trophy patch at some point, which, upon seeing this be having a trophy patch, makes me think could easily happen someday, as if this was able to get one so much further back, then it's completely possible that one could. So yeah, I don't know, but whenever, if, and hopefully when Off the Record gets a trophy list, obviously I will platinum it on streams. Very excited for the day that that may eventually happen. But along with that, then we can actually see which one does have the worst dialogue. Because I suspect that the sequel probably has more dialogue, right? I suspect that one has more options. Roller Coaster Tycoon for more civilized age. Yeah, in a way. What's the point of that one thing back there for helmets? I don't know what the point of that was. Okay, so after this, we're only going to have one more mission to do in Episode 4, and then Episode 4 will be 100% cleared outside of Super Story. Well, it's only been 2 hours. Super Story for Episode 4 is fairly short. I don't know. Let me get through this, and then we'll figure that out. Let me get through the episode, or chapter 5 first, and then see if I want to do more free play cleanup, or if I wanted to try to finish 100%ing episode 1, or episode 4. I'm going to keep calling it episode 1, even though it clearly isn't. Thinking 1 because the thing you can say, but like, off the rails. Okay, yeah, I meant off the rails. They both start with off the R, so I actually did play Off the Rails JO. I played it a while back, but it was when it first released on here. And it didn't have trophies. The only reason I would play it again for on here is if it gets trophies, because at the time when it came out, it was obviously a big thing, and it got good views and stuff, but I suspect it would probably be a little bit lower in popularity now. Okay, so that music is probably copyrighted, so that's always wonderful. But hopefully we get through that, and hopefully we can just go ahead and knock out Chapter 5 here. Get that done. Maybe also do Super Story tonight. Because, yeah, Episode 1's Super Story, or Episode 4's Super Story, is not particularly long in comparison to the other two, especially Episode 6's. So I'd be fairly confident in doing it. Alright. That level is 100% cleared. Back to the Cantina. Should probably have Cold War's PS5 version Platinum today or tomorrow. Ooh, nice. That'll definitely be a relief to have, I'm sure. Another Call of Duty game done before it can find some way to screw you over horribly. Alright, so yeah, 3's done, 4's done, and 6 is done, so we just gotta go back to 5. And then, of course, Super Story. So yeah, I think we can probably finish off Episode 4 tonight. We'll get very close to it. So now that we have quite a few studs... Fast Force sounds very useful. Super Blasters also sounds useful. And these are all super cheap. 30 million, that is a lot. Infinite Torpedoes, that's actually useful. That's pointless right now. 6 million studs. Actually, no, I think that attracts studs, doesn't it? That might not do what I thought it did. Well, let's just buy a few cheaper characters, because why not? We gotta buy them all anyway. Good enough for now. 60%. 12 hours in, 60%. Not gonna screw you over since it's only campaign stuff. Yeah, and that's the good thing. Oh, crap, did I not do the... Oh, I don't have the story brick here. Okay, so we might just finish off this episode aside from the story brick. So in all honesty, I don't know if I want to play through this 3 more times to get everything tonight. Probably. Well, we'll see. We will see. So I thought it was a little bit closer to being done. Okay, we are in the trash compactor. It's pretty minimal this time around. So let's get out of here. We're trying to get the first Black Ops Platinum, just the trophy for reviving a teammate with a ballistic knife. And it shouldn't prevent you from getting plat. You might just want to like try to make a boosting session or something. Definitely one of the trickier ones in the game, though, I will say. And I saw the C-3PO door. We'll go back to it, but first... kill those enemies. There's a thing we can destroy back there. Wait. How many characters did it give me? Good lord. Hate RNG trophies so much. Yeah. I don't think anyone likes RNG trophies. Or most people don't unless they're extremely lucky. Okay, so that wants me to use the Force. What is this going to do? A barbecue grill. Okay. Well, there's a red brick. I don't know why there's a random barbecue grill now inside of the trash compactor, but okay. At least we got the red brick. Another one of those unlocked for future purchase. Okay, so this one does not look like it has a very high stud limit requirement. Actually looks to be one of the probably lighter ones. Chewie, why did you get a Stormtrooper helmet? You really didn't need one, since we're in free play. I mean, I appreciate the initiative, though. I do appreciate the initiative. Alright, so there's definitely at least one thing we can collect in here. Oh, yep, I forgot about that. That's the first day in prison scenario. Yeah, I completely forgot that's the thing that can happen. Okay, so I think you can get under... Yep, you can. Down there and crawl through the small character hole. Insert laugh track here, I suppose, if you find that funny. And there's also those things we have to open sort of toward the back wall. Just hate that you have to get lucky to get the knife. I mean, in all honesty, like, maybe I just have really bad luck, but I never had any problems, for the most part, getting the ballistic knife, because it happens a lot. So I guess in a lot of ways it's bad luck, but at the same time it's also kind of good luck, I guess. Kind of, sort of, barely. Let's grab those studs. I'm not going to miss out on those. When you chose the bad ending Cold War, everyone's names kept printed in red. Yeah, they did some good jobs with, like, effects like that. Okay, so now that we're up here, we're already almost halfway through the studs, so yeah, this level does not have a lot of studs in it, even in free play. Okay, so that'll blow that up. Let's give me an Ewok, please. And that's going to be another mini kit earned. Awesome. And now I got to remember how to get into those. I think I just break them, I think will work. But first, do that. Get the pathway opened up as much as possible. That is all I have to do, is just break them. Watch me find out I missed something in here. Oh, no I didn't. That seems like a really pointless thing to have, but okay. Alright, well, let's get out of this room. I do love that Darth Vader can use the Imperial panel. Very helpful. And it'll also be nice when we eventually get the invincibility brick, because aside from Super Story, make everything much easier. Well, I guess you can't use it in challenge mode either, so it actually won't make that much of a difference. Okay, so yeah, that had a brick in it in the past. I think I've already helped these two with their chores, but just in case, let me just not leave any stone unturned here. Make sure we don't miss anything, like, obvious. And what's this? Okay, something I can break. Okay, awesome. And then... where do we build that hatch from? Oh, hello. They popped up. And this is going to open up the next door, correct? Oh, he actually sniped me out of the air. Good shot. Some of you guys actually know how to shoot, which is very surprising. But you're still no match for Darth Vader, so it's not like it matters. Okay, so let that go in, and then... where is the hatch for that, actually? Okay, now I gotta wonder. I mean, there's nothing out there anymore, but... I don't know, did I miss something with that? Because I don't see a hatch entrance over here, so... I don't know. I don't think I missed anything. Well, if for some reason I somehow missed something on this run, I'll know where it is. and then I'll have to look it up. Ooh, we got some Dark Force here. And again, we have some stormtroopers and their friends committing acts of treason by attacking their commanding officer. That's 7, plus the red brick, so only 3 more. Is that... No, that is not shiny silver. Okay, I thought that was shiny silver. That's actually a little bit cruel right there. Normally they lower those down to only needing 2 if it's something like that. Okay, so the good thing is that we don't have to worry as much about other things here. It's not like in Superstore where we do have to worry. Yeah, RNG trophies are not fun. Not quite the worst, but definitely one of the worst. And let me make sure I don't miss anything in this area. I don't think I will, but just gonna double check everything. Okay, we got True Jedi done. Perfect. But I still want the extra studs because we are gonna need them to purchase more stuff. Oh, yep, there's one. So do we use the... Yeah, we use the Force on that. Oh, that's a little bit rude. There we go. So 2 more. You were attacking your commanding officer again. You're all going to die down here if you continue to do that. At least the stud meter's full. And then we're about to enter the ravine, I believe it is, which I think there's at least one in here. Oh. Close that. Or just don't help at all. Okay, Chewie, just don't help at all. Okay, so there's probably something in here that I did not get in the past. So that gives you a helmet. Obviously don't need that. And that lets us go through to there. That takes us back to there. Wait, can I not? Hold on. Are they just there for the sake of being enemies? Yeah. Huh. I thought that would actually include something up there. It's actually a bit surprising. Okay, you know what? It is. It is what it is. That's okay. I mean, not really what I was expecting, but fine. And we still want to collect as many studs as possible, because we are a long way away from buying certain things. Permadeath trophies are your least favorite. Permadeath are among the worst. Not going to deny that. I will always say that glitch trophies are the worst of all, but permadeath is definitely pretty high up there. Like, unless you as the developer can give me a guarantee that the game won't crash or bug out or something along the way that could potentially ruin my run to no fault of my own, unless you can guarantee that stuff like that won't happen, I'm going to be a lot more hesitant. Which is why I still have some hesitancies with Wolfenstein 2, because I know with my luck the game will probably crash when I'm stabbing the last enemy in the throat. Okay, so there's the last minikit. Okay, so first things first here. Let's seal these off and build the thing. Actually, I probably should have deflected first. Let's start building. Alright, that's fine. I built most of it. This segment is pretty annoying in Super Story, as you might expect. Let's just kill everything first, so I can actually at least just make sure this door is completed, so we can move forward. Alright, so the worst part of that's over with. Let's go ahead and grab our last mini-kit here. Only 100,000 studs on this level at this rate, which is not that much, unfortunately. Oh, that isn't the last mini-kit. There is one more. I think it's in the final area, though. I think I know where it is. Yeah, it's somewhere in here. Forgot we still had this area, because there's a bounty hunter door we can open on the upper floor here. Not a problem at all. I just kind of forgot about it. At least this level's pretty short. We're gonna end up with over 100,000, so that's at least not terrible. And then Vader's just in here chilling. And then he just tries to kill you. Wait, so what happens if I activate that clock? Wait, what does this actually do? I don't remember what this does. What does that actually do? Apparently nothing. Huh. I was expecting more. Oh, alright then. It is what it is. Let's just finish the level. Just be Cold War on Veteran again. Nice. Get the other two missions done on Recruit and get the miscellaneous stuff you haven't done. And that's not too bad. The worst parts are over with, so... Han is a pretty good fighter in this game, not gonna lie. If he'd stop infinitely spawning enemies, though, would be nice. I think there's a way I can stop that from happening, isn't there? Okay, game, if you just want to stop infinitely spawning enemies for like half a second here, please. Thank you. Perfect. Now I can open this up. And that's just going to give me some studs back, but that's not going to seal off the infinite enemy spawn point, so that was actually pointless. I'm not going for the online derbies in Dead Rising 2 off the record. They're pretty easy, didn't take long. Unless you're me and you have shitty luck with it. Well, actually, no, wait. Let me rephrase that. Off the record was an exception to the rule. Off the record, I actually went pretty well compared to a lot of the games. Like, yeah, the servers were bad, and one or two of the trophies are buggy, but the actual boosting experience went very, very well, which is surprising for me because that's not usually the way things happen. Usually, boosting sessions go very wrong for me, which was the case with Dead Rising 2. Like, OG Dead Rising 2. Like, and even with that one, it's even weirder because it wasn't the actual online multiplayer Terror is Reality mode that caused problems. Like, I got through that without any major issues. Like, we got through that in one night. But then it was... Ow. So yeah, we got through that in one night. It was the co-op that was the problem. One where you need to destroy everything. Oh, I know. Yep, I know which one you're talking about. It was one of the 2 missions that I couldn't beat handgun only. Which still irks me because I actually got fairly close in that game. I've actually gotten fairly close in the new era of the challenge multiple times. Because Cold War, there were only 2 missions that were fully undoable, though there were several questionable ones. Black Ops 3 is really only 1 mission that wasn't doable under the conditions, which now include technically an RPG, so technically it's a little bit less strict than it was. And Modern Warfare 3 2023 was almost successful under old conditions. Only 1 mission wasn't. Every other mission was 100% doable, so for as awful as that game is, it was actually very close to being doable under those challenge conditions for the first time ever. So now the only one that I haven't played and tried the challenge in have been Call of Duty 2, which of course I have no access to, the spin-off games, which again, for the most part, I have no access to, Invincibility, hell yes. Outside of Declassified, I could potentially try for Declassified if I feel like being sadistic one day. And that is the halfway mark in the game. Look at that. Halfway through. We are halfway there. Halfway there. Alright. You know what? Well, let's do challenge mode first. I think I am going to try to knock out all of episode 4 tonight to 100%. I think we can do it. I think it's doable. Gonna be cutting it a little bit close tonight, but I think it's doable. So let's see. And there's one right here off the bat. Awesome. Black Ops 6. Yeah, I will be curious to see about Black Ops 6. But it is still broken, by the way. It is still broken. It is still... I mean, technically, yes, it can be obtained. If you use, like, the complicated workarounds and such. So it can at least be obtained. I'm assuming there's not a new one hidden under here, but just in case they decide to do so. I don't think they would, but okay, no, they didn't. But yeah, apparently that one trophy, I think, is still broken. So, of course it is. Because clearly Activision doesn't care about anyone. But no, their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and Squid Game packs were perfectly easy to buy with no problems. So just remember where their priorities are these days. I love how since it's Leia, she just goes up and tries to slap all of them and just gets killed. Like, slapping probably isn't the most reliable strategy here. Make sure there's not one hidden underneath one of these, because that seems like the kind of thing that they would do. But they did not. Okay, awesome. Yeah, we're up to 3. But yeah, Rush Hour is still broken after like 3 months, which means they're never going to fix it. It's going to go the route of Dominion in Infinite Warfare, and, of course, the infamous trophy from Black Ops 2. And it will be yet another game that is, even though this one is not unobtainable technically, it's still fully obtainable if you're willing to do some extra work for it. But it's just ridiculous that we even have to consider doing so in the first place. Should have never happened, and they've had more than enough time to fix it, which means that they're just never going to fix it. So if anyone out there wants to do a Better Business Bureau, like, collective action type of thing, that's probably going to be your best bet to get it fixed. I'm not as bothered because I don't have to do it again, because I did finish it on the PS5. So I don't technically have to do it again. but I would like to, just to be able to say that I've done, you know, again, every Call of Duty game. Well, not every Call of Duty game, but almost every Call of Duty game. Okay, so these first 4 have all been in pretty easy to get to areas. Oh, is that... That's shiny silver? Is that why I didn't blow that thing up before? Oh, so that's how I got out there in the past. Okay, so I don't think there's a point of killing these guys or working with them, so let's just keep moving forward. We're at 4 already, there's nothing outside there, so we can just keep moving. Yeah, she doesn't move quite as well as Han Solo does, but that's okay. This ain't the Star Wars connected dance game. Managed to get Dominion from someone in the Asian servers. Oh yeah, I mean, it's like... Technically, it's doable, but it requires an insanely ridiculous workaround that should not have to be a thing. And that's the big part of it, is it's not even as much that it requires a workaround, it's the fact that it should not require a workaround, especially one of that level of complexity. You need to specifically be in Asian servers and do like 12 other things along with that. Well, it might not be 12, but you get what I mean. Alright, we're up to 5, so that's good. Yeah, this is going to be one of the few levels that I'm a little bit worried about when it comes to Super Story, because there's so many respawning enemy areas and areas where you need to disguise yourself. And of course, you lose your disguise if you get hit once. So those are really the only sort of threatening parts of a Super Story run. And they're much more prevalent in this episode because I don't even think you really need them more than like one time in episode 5. There's nothing over there. Okay, we're good. Because I think you only need it like one time maybe in episode 5. And a couple of times in the first mission of episode 6. And that's pretty much it. I think after that you're good, so... It's actually a fairly simple once you get past the first world, pretty much. Alright, Chewie, actually pull the lever this time. Or not. Just don't even bother. You're gonna be useless here today. Actually, no, you're a good bullet sponge. Be a good bullet sponge for me. Just... Can you be a good bullet sponge for me, Chewie? You're not doing anything else today, so... There's one. So that's 7. And then, again, I don't think we can get up to there, so we're not going to bother with it. Imperial officer, let him go through. That's 7, 3 more. Still got several rooms to go, so I think we're okay. Let me make sure they didn't hide one behind us here on this outer ledge. It would have been funny if they did, because it would have been a great place to hide one. Never do Infinite Warfare regardless of the broken multiplayer. The zombies is what turns you off. I mean, the thing is that the zombies is actually fun. It's actually a really good zombies mode. It's just the fact that, yeah, it's got some pretty brutal trophies to it. But it's honestly a pretty fun zombies mode. It's a lot better than I would have expected. There's one. That's 8. Is there one on the other side? Let me make sure there isn't. There is! Wow, they really ran out of places to put them on this level. Yeah, kill the guys up top first. They're the biggest threat. They really ran out of places to put them on this level. There's one more at the end, I'm sure. That's fine. Do it a couple pieces at a time, and we're good. We're good. We are totally good with that. Alright, we only need one more, and I'm willing to bet that it's right here at the end. somewhere. It could very easily be back here, actually. This would make sense. Oh, it's not. Surprisingly not here. Okay, then. Let's see if we can find it, then. It's Cold War's done. You'll probably platinum Modern Warfare 2, PS3, and then maybe Vanguard, Ghosts, or World War II. Spent 40 to 50 hours on zombies alone. Sort of forgetting the themes. Oh, God, yep. I remember those horribly. Those were not a fun experience. I had one of those songs I got fairly easily, but the one where you have to shoot the teddy bears, my God, that took forever. Like, that took probably 30 hours. Well, nah, that's an exaggeration. Maybe up to 20 hours to do, but still way longer than it ever should have. Droidica, they are no match for Droidica. Alright. That's awesome. We are almost done with episode 4. This is good. This is very good. So yeah, that level, we just got one more gold brick to go back to in the super story mode. Let's go check out the store real quick, see if there's anything major to buy right now. Yep. That is a lot of 6s. Holy shit, that's unlucky. Or demonic, whatever you want to call it. One story, which gets us a gold brick, and then super story. I'm not going to do the story one right now. That'd be kind of dumb to do right now. Alright, so bought a bunch of extras. Invincibility is so cheap compared to, like, the score multipliers this time. That's kind of hilarious. So, yeah, we're not going to worry too much about that. Let's maybe buy a couple more cheap characters. Sure. Those two are pretty cheap. A few of them are cheap. Why not? Why not? Oh, that's a little expensive, so we'll pass on him for now. The ghost characters, obviously, I can't afford right now. The ships. Oh, that's pretty cheap. 63.9%. It's looking good, looking good. Left is that one final game, Black Ops 3. That'll be the end for you in terms of Call of Duty. And that's fair enough. Okay, guys. Here's what we're going to do. We are not done for tonight at all. I don't think any of these work in this mode. I'm just going to see what happens. Adaptive difficulty off? Really? Oh, okay. Interesting. Maybe that's why there were so many enemies sometimes. That might actually be the reason. I never would have thought of that. That actually could be the reason why there were so many enemies in a few places. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do our first super story. Episode 4. It's the easiest of the 3. It's the shortest one. And hopefully after that, we just finish off what's left of episode 4 here. Hopefully get some decent studs out of it. There's still 2 side sort of missions to do, but we'll do those later. Those aren't that important. Alright, that's what we're going to do. I think we can do it. It's 11 o'clock right now. Yeah, we can do it by midnight. We'll be done by midnight. Alright, I'm going to use the bathroom real quick though, guys. I'll be right back, and we're going to do our first super story. Alright. I gotta lock in here. We got a speed run. Okay. Let's do it. Thankfully, this is the easiest of the three. So, to beat the Super Story, you have to finish all 6 levels from the movie in under 1 hour in story mode, while collecting at least 100,000 studs. A lot of which we're going to get on this very first mission, because it's probably the best place to get them. We can easily get 50,000 on this first mission without a whole lot of trouble. I don't think the cutscenes count against you, though. I think that's the one good thing, is that cutscenes don't count against you. How many more streams to plat the game? I'm going to do a lot of the story stud collection off-screen, because there's not really a point of doing it on-screen. I don't know exactly how much longer it's going to take, how many streams it's going to take. Just because, I mean, this game isn't quite as short as I thought it was. I thought you could quit after getting everything in a level and then it would just count, but you can't do that. So I was actually wrong on that previously. Just something I always thought was true, but apparently isn't. So yeah, I don't know exactly how much longer, because we still, even once we do this, we're still going to have 2 more super stories to do. And, like, we don't need to get all of our studs here, but if I can knock out a lot of them here when it's really easy to get, I might as well. But yeah, we still got 2 more super stories to do. And they're both a lot harder than this one. For the most part, they're harder than this one. This one has more of the disguising part to it. The other ones really only have it a handful of times, and it's not all that important, but it's still there. And some of those levels are longer, especially in Episode 6. Like, Episode 5 I'm not that worried about, because it's not really that much harder than Episode 4. But Episode 6 is going to be kind of another story, from what I remember. Because, again, that's the... I've never actually fully finished Episode 6 in Super Story, because I never could, because I didn't have a working disc. So yeah, I don't know exactly how many more streams it'll be. It'll be at least 2 more. At minimum 2 more. And that would be if I got, like, Super Story done perfectly and all the other stuff done perfectly. I doubt it's going to take... I doubt I'm going to be able to do it in 2 more. It's probably going to be, like, 3, maybe 4 more, depending on how long some of the collectibles take. Obviously, the stud meters, at least, are not much of a problem anymore now that we have our whole 2 times multiplier. We do need a lot of studs. Now, thankfully, once we get all the gold bricks, we unlock the fountain, which makes studs no longer a problem in terms of actually purchasing. And technically speaking, we don't actually need to get all the red bricks. I think I've talked about that before, is that contrary to what you might think, you actually don't have to 100% this game to get the Platinum Trophy, which is really, really weird. Because you don't have to get all the red bricks, and you don't have to purchase everything. You don't have to purchase all the extras specifically. So really, the 2 times multiplier is the only one you desperately need, though I'd recommend getting more than that, just so you can actually get a few more studs. Because again, you need... I think I counted it out, it's like, you need close to 5 million studs to buy every single character. Plus another, like, 10,000, 5 to 10,000 for the hints, which obviously isn't a lot. And you have to buy any extra, which will most likely end up being the 2 times multiplier, because that's the most useful, cheap item you can buy. Alright, we're already like halfway to the stud total, which is good. So hopefully that means that we won't have to worry too much about that later on. Yeah, the less we have to worry about collecting studs later, the better it'll be. Because the more I can just try to speedrun everything. I bet that there are some speedrun strategies you can use for Super Story on like the later episodes that I don't even know about. Alright, yeah. Almost 70,000 already, so we're doing good. I just want to get as many of those studs out of the way now as I can, just so we don't have to worry about them later. Yeah, the more we can get through now, the less I have to do later on harder levels. I can just try to speed and run them. Alright, 4 minutes in. Yeah, I don't think the timer counts during cutscenes, thankfully. If it did, this would be a lot more unreasonable, I would argue. But I don't think it counts during cutscenes, so I think we're okay. I open my water bottle. I will take a sip of it once we actually finish the level. Yeah, so thankfully the cutscenes do not count against you. If they did, this would be really, really mean. And, like, a lot harder. You'd probably have to have a much higher time limit. I'm not... If the cutscenes counted, you could probably still do Episode 4. Because Episode 4 is shorter overall, as long as you don't screw up too much with the whole disguise thing. But other than that, like... Episodes 5 and 6 are fairly long, so... Especially 6. That seriously didn't work? Again, though, Episode 4 at least allows you some leeway. It's the first one. It's by far the easiest one. Let me kill C-3PO. Actually, no, he's gonna hobble over on his own. I didn't realize he would. I can lift him up and drop him over there. Perfect. Alright, we're good. We are good. So he will open that up for me. Almost 80,000 studs, so we're going to be good on the stud requirement pretty much after this mission. Which means just speed run the rest of the way. But yeah, I would say probably 3 to 4 more streams just because we still have 2 more super stories. And that's provided I don't fail at any of them. I don't think I'll fail Episode 5's, but Episode 6 is the one I'm kind of worried about. Because it is the one, that, again, that I never actually beat as a kid, just because I couldn't. I think I don't even know if I would have if my disc had been working, because, I mean, I was always over, like, well into the 40-minute range, at least 40 minutes in by the time I reached the point where the game would crash every time, so I don't know. I assume I could have if I had really tried back then, but, like, I guess we'll see. I mean, being able to rewind, extremely, extremely useful. And knocking out most of the stud requirement here in the first mission is great. That is going to save me a lot of time later. Because now I don't have to worry really about collecting anything outside of the main story. Two guys naked in a hot tub. That's a South Park reference. Pull that lever. Pull that lever. If only the rebels would get into the escape pod with us. Well, actually, no. It would be good if they had. We would have been screwed because then they would have detected life forms on board. I was going to say it'd be nice to have R2 and C-3PO have some protection down on the surface, but yeah, that would have been dangerous. All right, 7.5 minutes in, and we're done with the first mission. Okay, not too bad. Second mission's longer. Third one's longer. Fourth one's fairly short. Fifth one's not that bad either if I get through the bad parts of it. And 6 isn't too bad either. Like I said, Episode 4 is the easiest of the 3, by far. Outside of a few disguise parts later on. did he open the door with no arms? Because magic. Aw, my younger dog, it was his yearly vet appointment. He looks passed out. He looks so happy in the picture I got sent. He looks so tired and passed out. He's showing his little teeth. He's laying on his back. Yeah, it's called potatoes. Potatoes are magic. I mean, they are a superfood to a degree. Sort of. They have a lot of the essentials. Not all of them, but they have a lot of them. That's not how that scene played out initially. Technically, it was R2 wasn't going to get picked, but then the other robot shorted out, so that's how they saved him. I don't think that's exactly... I thought it was only R2 that got lost, not 3PO. Alright, well, good thing is, don't need to bother with studs. So, let's just run. We'll get 5,000 just by playing naturally, no problem. Yeah, that's not a problem at all. So you don't even have to get as many as I did on that first mission. I definitely overachieved a bit there. Although, I'm not sure how death affects that, actually. I don't know what that does. Got it. Alright, we're good. Just keep moving. Yeah, faster movement's good. Oh, they actually hit me. Damn, okay, they actually hit me. Oh, but you don't lose studs for dying? Wow, okay, that's pretty forgiving. That's actually very forgiving. That was a jump scare. I don't think it's a jump scare. Not quite. I mean, I guess I could see it maybe being considered a jump scare, but like, I don't know if I'd really call it that because I feel like it's something that was expected in the movie. That like you knew that probably something was gonna pop up and cause trouble for our heroes. I guess I could see where the jump scare angle would come from. Alright, Luke, hit that platform. And he will actually do some of it for us. Again, shockingly, the friendly AI in this game is not that stupid compared to some of these games. They actually tend to do what you tell them to. Alright, so we're not going to bother with any of this other stuff. We got the 100,000 studs we need, so we're good on that. Let that down. Alright, this is going well. If we're through this level in 15 minutes on the timer, that'd be fantastic. And we do keep any studs that we get in this, which is good. It's not that important, obviously, because there are definitely far better ways to farm studs if we ever had to do that. So yeah, there's definitely other ways to do it, but... Oh, but we do have to play this room legitimately. Alright, so we need the crate, and then we just need to free R2. That's all we care about is freeing R2. We do not care about anything else in here. Let's free our buddy. And hopefully he doesn't get shut down by a Jawa. Nope, we're good. We're here, at least. Okay, get that one. And you get that one. Perfect. Oh, nope. Didn't mean to do that. That is okay, though. Now we need to rotate this over to C-3PO. They don't care about me being a human doing this. I'm actually a little surprised. Like, I don't think you can actually fully kill all the Jawas. Oh, that's so annoying. Like, I mean, he was in the middle of hacking him. It should have counted. Oh, but whatever. Alright. Distract him. Oh, come on. Like, that's probably... Aside from the costume swapping, that's the worst part of this first movie, is just dealing with the stupid Jawas on this level being obnoxious. And just shutting you down for no good reason. I guess they think it's a good business decision. Who the hell knows? I've never run a business, but I know how the hell not to run a business. That's for sure. Alright, so first one is going to be C-3PO. Sorry, Luke. So first one's 3PO. That'll open up the path. And it is actually nice because droids don't directly get attacked in this game. Like if you're a human. So you don't have to worry as much about being attacked. That's a C-3... Are they all C-3PO? In which case, that's actually not that bad because... Again, he doesn't get attacked. Okay. So we're good on this first area. Let's just keep moving forward. Ignore all of the enemies. No point of dealing with them. Move that path out. Mostly for the droids. Do that just so that everyone has a safe path forward. Okay, more of them are going to spawn, whatever. That's fine. We've got a platform to push anyway. Use the Force. Perfect. It's another C-3PO. Let's switch to him. He won't get attacked here for a second. Okay, so probably 17-ish minutes at the end of the second mission here. We're on very, very good time for movie number 1. Again, this is the easiest of the 3 by far. So I'm not too worried about this one. It's the other ones that I'm a lot more worried about. Especially Episode 6. Episode 5 I'm not super worried about, outside maybe of Dagobah. Yeah, I'm not too worried about this one. Okay, once we're across, pull the switch. Kill the handful of Imperials that spawn here. For some reason. I don't know why they're here. Because they weren't here in the movie. And stand on the platforms. Perfect. Alright. Less than 16 minutes for 2 missions. We're doing great. Great pace so far. We're done with stud collecting, so we're in good shape. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with the progress so far. 4 missions to go. Let's do it. So yeah, probably like 3 more streams, maybe 4 more. Because we got 2 more super stories and basically 12 more full missions to get through. What is this? Reading something on a tiger net here. Better not be an important player that you kicked out for a short time. I don't give a crap about your character. I want to see us actually win again. Anyway. Mos Eisley. This one could be a little bit problematic. Especially without any sort of bonus items and such. This one could be a little bit more troublesome. Although I think I can actually run this one pretty quickly. Again, because we don't need studs, so... It's the Imperial Spy. Apparently he has, like, some super secret ability if you activate the correct things. I'm not sure how to trigger it, but, like, supposedly he has some kind of insane secret ability that, like, no one ever really knows about. Saw it in some, like, rare LEGO encounter video or something. Okay, you know what? The faster we can get to that, the better. Where's C-3PO? Yep. You know what? That's fine. That is totally fine. Faster we get through this, the better. Again, if we get through this chapter in decent time, we're going to be pretty much good to go. Because, yeah, 4 and 5... 4's kind of long at times, but it's not awful if you know what you're doing. 5 isn't too bad aside from some of the costume changes. And then 6 is pretty short because it's vehicle. Yeah, I'll be curious to know if any of y'all are going to be playing this game anytime soon. As I am having an absolute blast with this game. I mean, this, again, was such a big part of my childhood. Just LEGO Star Wars in general. Just LEGO games in general. Like, LEGO Star Wars 1 and 2. Less so the complete saga. I never 100%ed it. I never really got close to 100%ing it. Indiana Jones, but I played the shit out of Indiana Jones. 100% of that one at least once back in the day. LEGO Batman came pretty close to 100%ing that one back in the day, though I don't know if I ever actually did. That was before the days of trophies, though, so yeah. LEGO games were definitely a big part of my childhood, and so was Star Wars. I mentioned that before as well. I loved Star Wars growing up. I still love Star Wars. When it's done well, you know? And I mean, I love the LEGO games. They are, like, sure, they're not, you know, particularly hard platinums, but these are not any sort of, like, shovelware or anything like that. These are legitimately good games for the most part. And they're full games that take time and effort to complete. They're not particularly hard, of course, but they do take time and effort to complete. And again, like, one thing I will say is that if you're enjoying playing the game, then I wouldn't worry about what any critics of you have to say, whether that be trophy critics or just other people criticizing your game choice. If you're enjoying what you play, I don't really think that you should listen to any criticism against it. Because that's what gaming needs to be about these days. Look, life ain't the best these days. For most people. So, having something to really have fun with and enjoy, even if other people think it's easy or stupid, you know, that's something that not everyone has. And it's something that needs to be, liked. Needs to be encouraged. Even if you think that LEGO games are dumb. Even if you think that because they're too easy, they're too dumb or something like that. If people are having fun playing them, it shouldn't matter. And again, it ain't no shovelware. It's not to that kind of level of degeneracy. And it never will be. I hope. You'll play it someday. Mike currently working on other games like RE4 and Battlefront 2 with some Red Dead 2 from time to time. Well, you're playing some other very good games, at least. Like, Battlefront 2 isn't as bad as people made it out to be when it released because they changed all of the loot box stuff. Battlefront 2 was a decent time. RE4, excellent game. Red Dead 2, fantastic game. Just kind of sucks that they gave up on caring about it long before its time was due. And it really does suck because, I mean, it was a great game. It was a fantastic single player, but I guess maybe that Old West multiplayer maybe just doesn't translate the best in the modern day. Because I played a little bit of Red Dead 1 back in the day, but not a lot. Outside of going for trophies. I mean, sure, it had some fun to it, but I don't know if I would say it. I probably would say that GTA 5 Online a little more entertaining overall, personally. Okay. That's not good. That's what we wanted. Pull that. Kill anything that might get in the way. Well, no, we didn't want to do that. I think we're good. Just push this. Yeah, we're going to be at 25 minutes after this level at worst, so we're in pretty good shape. Because the 6th mission is pretty short. Yeah, 6th mission's pretty short. 5th mission isn't awful as long as you don't have too bad of luck with stuff. We can just randomly assault a Gonk droid and no one cares. This is also a Gonk droid. Okay, skip all of that. Keep moving forward. Alright, this looks good. This looks good. Yep. Well under 25 minutes by the time we get through episode or chapter 3. So that is a very good start to this super story. More than enough studs. And Han with a blaster is kind of badass, not gonna lie. Yeah, Han with a blaster is a pretty deadly combination. But then, like, once this game's over, I guess the next thing to stream will be Sly 3 once this is over. And that one will at least take at least, like, 4 streams, I'm sure. Because that's not... It's not a short game. I mean, it doesn't have any collectibles. And the Master Thief challenges will be a lot easier with the rewind feature. I'm actually collaborating on a different guide with at least one of the guys that's writing the guide for Sly 3. And they said it's a lot easier with the rewind features, so I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, but Sly 3, that'll be next game after this. Then after that... Oh, also Astrobot DLC. The last DLC level comes out tomorrow. So I might do, like, a stream maybe on Saturday, where it's just something different, like Astrobot, and then something completely random that isn't trophy related. I don't know. So yeah, just do some Astrobot and then something else. We'll have to see about that, though. Gotta figure out the schedule in the next few days. So my mom's down here. She's got work in the area, so Whenever she's got work around here, she stays with me. Obviously, it saves her company money. It's not her company, it's the company she works for. And she can get free meals thanks to, whatever their meal allowance is, which means I get to eat for free for several days. And, I don't turn that down. I ain't gonna turn down free food. You'd be a fool to turn down free food in the modern day. I mean, yeah, inflation's starting to finally go down. The price of eggs is finally starting to go down now that we're starting to breed chickens again after they killed off 150 million of them. That's not exactly how that sequence played out, but okay. They certainly did not ditch their helmets either. That would have been a very bad choice. Alright. Let's just move through this as quickly as possible. Don't need to do any of the extra stuff. So... multiple helmets here. We don't really need... Yeah, they're starting to go down a little bit. They're nowhere near where I'd like to see them be at. But they have gone down at least a little bit. They have finally started to decrease a bit. Unfortunately, it'll be a while until they get back to where they once were. This previous administration ordered 100 to 150 million chickens killed due to supposed bird flu. Who knows if it was actually a real thing or not. If there was actually bird flu or not, I mean. But they're starting to breed again, so it will come down over the next few months especially. Gas is definitely a little bit cheaper here, and most other stuff feels like it's gone down at least a little bit in price compared to where it was even a year ago. Not all of it, but a large amount of it has. A lot of the things that haven't gone down, well, eggs in the main one haven't gone down as much. Okay, so let me kill everyone that's here. Make sure no one can sneak up behind me. I mean, eggs are still kind of insane. Like, that's been the one thing that really hasn't gone down until recently, has been eggs. Everything else has been steady or cheaper around here. Yeah, the eggs got to an insane price. It was like $4.30 for half a dozen of eggs, which is just insane. Unfortunately, I highly doubt my HOA would allow me to own my own 2 chickens. Nor would I necessarily want to own chickens, necessarily. Especially in the town like this, but... And I very highly doubt my HOA would allow it, so there's that. Oh, that's bad. Get that door before they go away. Get that door now, thank you. Good. Good boy. Alright, we're making good time. We might be at 30 minutes by the time we finish episode, or chapter 4. Which would be perfect, because that gives us plenty of time if we screw up on chapter 5. Now that we don't have the droids anymore, might as well go ahead and give everybody a helmet. The only way eggs would have went down is everyone stopped eating chickens. No, the reason that the price shot up so heavily was because they the previous administration ordered over 100 million chickens cold over so-called bird flu. That's the reason why they went up so much in price. Now, maybe there was bird flu, maybe there wasn't, but regardless, that's the reason why they went up in price. Oh, crap, that's not good. So yeah, that's the reason they all went up in price. But they're finally starting to go down again as we start to actually get more chickens back. Though in reality, you're going to have a much better time in terms of cost if you have your own chickens that lay their own eggs. It's certainly going to be cheaper overall, as long as you have the ability to care for them and raise them and feed them and stuff. Which, again, I do not have where I am, because I have a feeling my HOA would not be happy if I tried to start raising chickens in my backyard. They're probably already not the happiest about the garden that I grow every year, because I have enough, like, I don't want to brag too much, but I kind of have a green thumb when it comes to gardening. And stuff grows very strangely in my house, or not even in my house, like in my backyard. Like, the two things that grow the best for me are okra and sunflowers. The okra ends up being like 10 feet tall, and the actual okra pods can sometimes be like close to a foot long and gigantic, which is not how they're supposed to be, but they grow that big because for some reason they choose to do so. The sunflowers are even funnier because they grow to like 12 feet tall. And again, that's not actually abnormal, but given how little stuff I do to all the crops, like, I don't use fertilizers or anything like that. I literally just use water and soil and Epsom salt. And the sunflowers grow to be pretty big. And then all the bees start coming by, stopping by to lick the honey out of, or the nectar out of them and get drunk. Drunk bees are entertaining. I gotta say that. Drunk bees are pretty entertaining. Hummingbirds will come by and suck out some nectar. I let the wildlife take most of the seeds. I'll keep a few of them, though, every year for replanting. I was thinking the best way to fix it was to limit... Well, yeah, if less people ate chicken whatsoever, then yeah, I would assume that eggs would become easier to get. Like, even this week when I went to the grocery store to get... Because I usually get a rotisserie chicken is one of my main meals for the week, and it's not my one meal, it's like, you know, 2 meals out of it. Easily get 2 meals out of a rotisserie chicken for fairly cheap. Let's kill everyone here. I don't know if this is going to be that helpful. And when I was there a few days ago on Monday, now, it could have been the fact that I was there later in the day than normal because of my work schedule. Which, in all honesty, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'd rather eat beef. I mean, that's fair. Like, beef tastes better overall, but, like, you can't eat beef every day and not get tired of it. I need some variety in my life. Like, there's got to be some variety. Just beef or just chicken or just pork isn't going to work for me. I need to have some variety. Unless I'm in a literal, just straight up, like, survival scenario or something. I'd rather have a bit of a combination that isn't just one type of food. Unless it's pasta. I can live off of pasta for years. Because I literally lived off of pasta for most of my childrenhood. As my parents would be able to tell you, like, I was a really, really picky eater as a kid. Like, really bad. Probably not the worst in the world, but definitely pretty bad. So, like, my diet... Get out of the way! Come on, get out of the way. I'm on a speed run here. Come on now. Yeah, back in the day, it was like I ate pasta with very little or no sauce but cheese. I ate mac and cheese, of course, but I mean, that's also, I'm a fucking southerner, so that's basically a vegetable here. Yes, it actually is considered a vegetable at some places down here, and you wonder why there's an obesity epidemic in this country. Cheese and sometimes pepperoni pizza was up there. Rice? Like plain rice? Plain ass rice? What else? Potato stuff. Fries mainly. Not necessarily baked potato, but fries at least. Plain hamburger. That was always a good one. Potato chips, I guess. Probably. Certain types of chicken. But basically, I was a picky eater. To a very bad degree compared to where I am now. Nowadays, there's not a lot of stuff that I wouldn't at least try. There's not a lot of things that I wouldn't at least try in the modern day. I don't know if I would like them in the modern day, but I'll at least try about anything at this point. Okay, this area worries me a little bit. Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff I wouldn't at least try in the modern day. You know, outside of the obvious of strawberries because I'm allergic, so I would think that most people would understand why I don't want to consume something that I'm allergic to. But outside of that, little more hit or miss. There's a lot of stormtroopers up there. They're all lined up for a gangbang. Maybe Mark Hamill likes that, I don't know, but still. It's really annoying for me to deal with. Let's hope we get a good... Oh, come on. Yeah, this is going to be annoying, isn't it? Okay, I think I can skip this if I'm a little bit more careful. Yep, we got it. It didn't count. Of course it didn't. So why would it? It's not working! The circle button stopped working. There we go. Alright, we got it that time. Thank God. I don't know how I beat this shit as a kid without the rewind mode. As at least there I can actually fix the broken aspects of it. Alright, hit the switches. Or just don't. That's fine too. Also thought the S Plus on RE4 was going to be very hard. Piece of cake with the sweeper, the hand cannon. Well, yeah, if you have all the good items, it's not too bad. Did you get the items normally, or did you do the purchasing? And there ain't no shame here. I did the purchasing. I have no shame in saying that. 2 trophies left in Cold War, the Scorched Earth trophies. Okay, so you're close. You're almost done then. So Scorched Earth is what it's like. Actually, I don't really remember because I'm thinking the tank mission, but that's from Black Ops 6. I don't know. It's been like 2 years since I played the game, so... Alright, so we got a giant room of enemies here. We don't need to be disguised. That actually doesn't matter here. Okay, so kill everyone out here. Hit the switch. And then kill the guys up there. That should at least make things a bit easier this time. seriously? There's one left that survived. Alright, do a little bit of it at a time. And we should be fine. Yep, okay, so we built half of it, so we're good. We're good. We are totally good. This is mission 5 out of 6. We are totally good. Yeah, this is a very annoying room that I don't know why they thought was a good idea to put in the game, but they did. But we did it. We're good. Alright, keep moving. So we are good to go. That is all the hard parts of this episode, so we are basically good to go from here. At this point, it's just, we'll run quickly, but there's not any major risks here. Yeah, there's no major risks moving forward, so I'm not too worried. Drop that down. My sermon tomorrow. Oh, second mission was pretty to go through. Okay, gotcha. And my sermon tomorrow, possibly? I'm hoping to. I'm not making any guarantees because, like I said, my mom's here this weekend because she's down here for work. And the fact that she gets to save her company money that she works for on housing means that we get more money for food. And I like good food items, as you guys can probably guess. Actually, no, you probably wouldn't guess that given how bad my diet used to be. And how bad I am at cooking anything in the cookbooks. But regardless, yeah. So, hopefully tomorrow and Friday, or tomorrow and Saturday, or Friday and Saturday, or maybe all 3 days. I don't know yet. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit up in the air the next couple of days, but it'll be at least 2 streams this week, the rest of this week. At least 2, maybe 3. So we will see the exact numbers. Yeah, definitely multiple streams this week, and hopefully getting pretty close to being done with this game, if not completely done with it. And I'm not touching any other games because I want to get this to be my 30,000th trophy, which the Platinum will line up to be trophy number 30,001. So one above where I wanted it to be. But at the same time, still, 30,000 trophies is basically the Platinum, so that's exciting. So yeah, that's sort of what I'm trying to do here with numbers. Alright. Is that enough? That is not enough. Okay, now we have C-3PO. Let's take him upstairs. That's what we used to always say in college when we're going up to the upper bunk. 5-ticket pack on sale. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's basically what I did. Sure, it might be a cheaty way to do it, but I feel no shame in it because I'm not that good at certain games. I don't want to spend insane amounts of hours playing something that I hate and am terrible at, trying to do well at it. More often than not, if there is an advantage for me to purchase, I will be willing to do so. Though not always. If it's something like Fallout, it might be a different situation. Like Fallout, of course, is a series that I know and love and am highly knowledgeable on, to where something like that I might not do. Man, that's a lot of enemies. Just slap them. Slap, slap, slap. Clap, clap, clap. Slap, slap, slap. Clap, clap, clap. Slap, 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 clap. Slap, 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 crap. I am not good at tongue twisters. Slap, slap, slap. Clap, clap, clap. Slap, slap, slap. Clap, clap, clap. Slap, 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 clap, clap. God, I cannot do that one. Oh man, one of the guys I'm running the guide with had never heard of double score zones before now. He says he feels old for not hearing about it. Bro, I know what they actually are. I feel so much older knowing what they actually are because they were no longer relevant like a game after this. Like after Lego Star Wars Complete Saga and Indiana Jones, they were never a thing. I feel like I'm the irrelevant old person in the room here. I kind of am the old guy of PSN profiles, though, because I've been around on the website since it began. Well, not since it began, but since, like, trophy hunting... Excuse me, since trophy guide writing began. I pretty much urge you to that. I mean, yeah, I'll always be one of the most numerous guide writers out there. There's 2 or 3 other guys that I know are currently trying to compete for the position that I know from talking to them want to get to that position. Which, I mean, it may very well happen because, like, I don't do anywhere near the number of, like, low quality games and shitty guides that I sometimes did when I was younger. Like, yeah, I still regret my Destiny 2 guide, but that one was more of a fluke than any sort of, like, pattern. Now as I try to focus more on quality, I think it's come through. Like, I still think that, despite how few views it got, the Fallout 76 guide that me and Lewis did, I still think is the best thing I've ever worked on the website. And we have other good stuff coming up too, so... Sometimes I'll occasionally, like, write a quick, like, small guide of something that's easier, like a Paw Patrol game or something, just if I get bored and want to write something in, like, a single night or two. So when that happens... Yeah, we're working on a Lego guide, and we're working on a Black Ops 3 campaign guide, which I definitely have more I should be able to work on soon. I think he finished his next part of it, so I need to work on my next part of it. Which I think that Black Ops 3 guide is going to be... I'm hoping it's going to be decent enough. Like, obviously it's not going to be the most viewed, because Black Ops 3 is a 10-year-old game, but... Regardless, I'm proud of the way it's coming along so far. It's a much more complete way of doing the most infamous trophy probably in the history of Call of Duty. At least out of the ones that aren't bugged. Alright, we're already almost done here with Episode 4. Like I said, Episode 4 is by far the easiest one. This is the one that I knew was not going to be much of a problem, because it is such a short episode and has plenty of studs available. Yeah, we're already about to be done with it. I don't know what the best strategy for studs is going to be in Episode 5. Probably the vehicle missions again? I don't know. I guess we'll see when we get there. Didn't even know you were a guide runner until I saw the comment on Nick's World at War guide. Oh man, like... It's crazy to think, like... I've been writing guides for them since the beginning, and I have the most guides written on the website. That's sort of my way of connecting with other trophy YouTubers. It's like, yeah, my videos, for one reason or another, don't get anywhere near the views that a lot of them do. Some of it's my own laziness, and some of it is the algorithm just fucking me over entirely. The way it's done to, like, Shinies and a few other people out there. But at the same time, it's like... I do spend a lot of time writing trophy guides to where... Even a lot of people will know my name just from the guide community, more so than the video community. Because I have the most viewed trophy guide on PSN Profiles, actually, for anyone who's curious. Red Dead Redemption 2 is still the most viewed trophy guide on PSN Profiles. There's a walkthrough with more views, but in terms of actual straight-up trophy guide, it's the most viewed by a pretty big margin. It's like Red Dead 2, Killzone 2, World at War, Borderlands 3, Borderlands the Free sequel. A lot of Fallout guides. Fallout being my main sort of speciality. Which, I mean, the guide for Fallout New Vegas, as far as I can tell, is pretty good already, so I don't think it needs to be rewritten the way that the Fallout 3 guide did, because a big part of the reason I rewrote the Fallout 3 guide was not just that I was replaying the game as like a stream series, but because the original guide was legitimately not good. And it was something that I could fix and do a lot better. And that's part of the reason for it. Alright, Episode 1 Super Story done in 45 minutes. I didn't think this one was going to be a problem. I wasn't worried about this one. Episode 5, I'm a little more worried about, but not that worried. Episode 6 is the one I'm worried about. But yeah, that's sort of how I've connected with several of the other YouTubers that they'll at least recognize my name based on my guide writing. So Nick, Illusion, Platinum Pace, Platinum Bro, Mayor Hairbear. I've talked with all of them in some way or another through, like, guides. Is sort of the way that people might know me. I mean, it is what it is. It's like PowerPix is known for guides, not by modern trophy videos. He's not known for the modern day Nick AR style of trophy videos, known for doing really, really great guides over the last decade and a half. The Imperial Spy gets kicked out. Like I said, I think he has some kind of like really cool, unique, rare ability that you can trigger. Marathon Speedrunner, let's go. We're going to get 2 trophies here. Let's go. Alright, we finished well ahead of where we needed to, so that wasn't a problem at all. I didn't think that was going to be a problem. Episode 4, again, is the easiest one. So, we're not quite done for tonight yet. We're almost done for tonight. I got one more thing I want to knock out tonight. All I got left I want to do tonight is knock out that last story stud meter that I haven't filled out. We're going to do that, and then we're going to be done for tonight. So let's go ahead and quickly knock that out. Yep, Death Star Escape. Replay story, unfortunately. We have to replay. Alright, we just need studs and to finish the level, and then we're going to be done with episode 4 entirely. So yeah, like I said before, we have 12 more levels to 100% complete. I don't think I've 100% completed any of the later levels in the game, except maybe the one on Hoth. The Hoth speeder mission I might have 100% completed. So, at best 11, but more likely 12 full missions left to finish. Alright, so let me go ahead and toggle on everything. I can't wait to get some more multipliers, because they're even more fun. Oh, now we're wearing disguises. Very fun. One last trophy. Oh, nice. So you might get that platinum tonight before we get done here, because I gotta finish off this level. And we're in story here, so we can't switch to other characters the way that it's meant to be. And let's just kill everything first. Yeah, you might be done with that tonight. Alright, well, hopefully... Yeah, this is the only thing I have left to do tonight, is just finish off this, this particular story stud meter. Once we get it done, not really anything else to do. And jump down into the special circle. Does Han still have his thing? Oh, he does. Oh, he actually does, surprisingly. Yeah, I still don't really understand why they did this for the stud meter. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And again, I think it's the only LEGO game that did this. But it was their choice. So you know what? It was their choice. Whatever. They decided on it. I don't agree with it. It never came back after this as far as I'm aware, unless it was back in Complete Saga or something. So I guess they learned their lessons. It was something that absolutely no one wanted to deal with. Having to fill the stud meter twice is a little bit extensive. Little bit extensive. Okay, you all landed up here, and none of you could be bothered to push the thing. Of course you couldn't, because that would have required effort. Red Dead 2 gold medal and 100% completion guide really helped you with the missions to do for gold medals. And you get gold rush in the epilogue. Nice, nice, very nice. Yeah, that trophy used to be a lot harder before they allowed you to bring in your own gear on missions. When the game first came out, it was a hell of a lot harder. And I do pride myself in the fact that I finished Red Dead 2 when it was at its hardest state. So, like, the weird rules for that, plus the yeah, the weird rules for that. Plus not being able to, you know, carry your gear into missions and stuff like that. I definitely did it back when it was a little more difficult. I'm still quite proud of that. Doing all the objectives in a single... Okay, then. Yeah, all the objectives in a single run type of situation. Which means GTA 5 never made you do quite that much, admittedly. It's like GTA 5 was a lot more lenient on the campaign. Okay, so we can't do anything about that. I am not bothering with window washing Stormtrooper Brigade number 1. There is no point of bothering with that. But I will take out the things above them. We still need quite a few more studs, though. Got the platinum? Big ups! Congrats! Glad you got it done. Definitely one of the rare Call of Duty platinums out there, so big ups. Big ups. And that'll definitely be on my, like, harder end of platinum trophies that I've done. Because that is not a particularly easy platinum under any circumstance. With the whole mama back bullshit that you have to deal with, it is not the easiest one out there. And even the Party Patrol stuff, like, you had better luck with Party Patrol than I did, so at least you don't have to worry as much about it. But, like, even so, it's still a pain in the ass to deal with. Alright, let's get that elevator going. So we have True Jedi mode, so once we finish this level, that is actually going to be 100% completion for the first of 3 movies here. Which is pretty exciting, not gonna lie, that's pretty exciting. Well, there's nothing I can do about that when they decide to shoot me the second I spawn in. Han might actually be the best character for this. We're gonna do what we did in the Super Story. It'll work eventually. We're good. We're good. We're good. That's fine. You can blow up the door all you want. That doesn't matter. We are good. And yeah, like I said, episodes 5 and 6 don't require anywhere near as much of this random crap with switching disguises and stuff around. Why was an Imperial pilot in here trying to stop me? Now that's just a little bit silly. They usually don't come in here for that kind of stuff. They're usually in it for tea and biscuits. 50 hours to get that version. Now 250 gigabytes of space back. Hell yeah, man. Get that space back. The only Call of Duty I still have installed is Black Ops 3, and that's because I'm working on a guide with someone else in relation to that game. Otherwise, I'm good on space, although Fallout 76 I'll probably want to re-download at some point in case I decide to go with that absolutely god-awful idea I have for a challenge run that I feel like is probably going to make me cry more than anything else, but could also be, like, legendary because no one else in the world is stupid enough to try it. Alright, make sure that it saves. Alright, we're good. We're good. We good. Build, build, build. Oh, almost. Come on now. You can't be doing that to me. Oh, come on now. Almost there. Come on. I know we're not in Super Story anymore, but come on. Like, just let it be done. So I don't have to do this ever again, except for in the PS4 version of the game. In which case I will have to do this again. Come on now, you're being so mean. Okay, there we go. And we're good. I don't even care about studs at this point. We got what we needed. Let's get out of here. Alright, so this is good. I'm pretty sure this has got to be adaptive difficulty, right? Okay, so nothing we knew about that, of course, because that is the other characters that we don't yet have access to. We'll get them here, though. That was a fun game, so I'll have to do DLC, but honestly, not even in the mood for it. In all honesty, that game's DLC is pretty easy. It's a little bit time-consuming, but it's really not hard. Compared to some Call of Duty games, it's not that bad. 325 platinums now. Very nice. Big ups. Let's go. Getting them numbers. And numbers are potentially a good thing, unless you're counting number of tumors on someone's body. In which case, you want that number to be small, and I probably just offended people with that, but whatever. I don't know. Both me and my close friend are prepared to quit the current job that we're in now, so who the fuck cares anymore? We're kind of in that mindset. Time to sell the copy for sure. I bought it digitally, so I have no ability to do that, unfortunately. Number 1 plat, your product is the Evil Within. Evil Within is pretty fucking impressive. Not gonna lie. Yeah, that is not a particularly easy game to do. So, big ups on that. Okay, so C-3PO door over there. R2 door over here. Okay, where is R2? There he is. He's got the mustache. He is mustachioed hero man. Evil Within, like, I'd get way too pissed off at that most likely. I'd almost rather do, like, Siren or something because, like, at least I know what the game is and kind of how it works, even though it's brutally hard. But I'd much rather do, like, the retro achievements list for certain games, like Pikmin 1. I could do Pikmin 1's list probably with no issue. I'm watching somebody that's doing SpongeBob Revenge of the Flying Dutchman's list. Most of it's not that hard. It's got a few kind of weird, ridiculous things. For the most part, it's not bad, though. I've definitely seen worse in my life. And yet some of my other old classic games, like Rocket Power Beach Bandits, do not have achievement lists. Sunshine does. And that's sure as hell not what I'm going to try to do. Because it's insanely hard compared to the main game. I mean, I only 100%ed the game for the first time like 3 or 4 years ago on 3D All-Stars. If I try to do that again, like, with all the achievements, it would probably end very badly. I don't know, maybe that's what people would want to see someday once I get a better computer. I've got some advice on it and stuff at this point, so maybe sometime in the fairly near future, once things are a little more stable. Alright, let's get out of here. No! There it is. That is every gold brick for Episode 4. Episode 4 is 100% complete. Excellent. So at this point, Episode 4 is 100% complete. We have 2 more episodes to go. It's saying that like it's not a lot. It's a lot. But A New Hope is 100% complete. We also have 2 more bonus missions to do. Not doing that tonight, obviously. So here, Empire Strikes Back, we have a lot left to do, as you can probably see. Though, did I finish? Okay, so Hoth Battle is not even 100% cleared. Escape from Echo Base. Falcon Flight. I actually did fairly well in Falcon Flight, actually. Dagobah, of course. Cloud City. Oh, I actually did reasonably well in Cloud City Trap. Okay. And Betrayal Over Bespin. Got a long way to go on that. Super Story, of course. We ain't doing that anytime soon. Well, I say that, but it'll probably be like tomorrow. Then Episode 6. Didn't get anywhere close on Jabba. Nowhere close on Carcoon. Speeder Showdown did fairly well. Battle of Endor, nowhere close. Jedi Destiny was decent. And, of course, Into the Death Star, nearly finished. And I don't even think I played any of the bonus missions here. But that'll be for the future. That's not super important today. That'll be for the future. Now, what can we buy with them studs? 65%? Anything I actually want. Invincibility is too expensive. Self-destruct, no thank you. Score, no thank you. Sure, why not? Probably doesn't hurt anything to have. Hints are all purchased, of course. Ugnaught for 36,000. Leia, sure, why not? Gamorrean, why not? Boba Fett is way too fucking expensive. We'll buy him later. As are the ghost characters. We'll buy them later. Alright then. Basically 69% completion. Alright guys, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. I will most likely be back online tomorrow. If I'm not streaming tomorrow, which is Thursday, I will be streaming on Friday. So either Thursday or Friday, I will see you guys back here again. Very close to being done with the Throvo video, by the way. Excited for that. Can then start working on Astro's Playroom plus this. So yeah, thank you all for stopping by. See y'all either tomorrow or Friday for the next stream.